Good evening. I don't know if I didn't jump the actual... Never mind. I lost count. Welcome back to Iconic Productions' It Gets Worse.
It got worse.
I forget what comes next. I guess we'll just launch into the recap. There we go. Okay, I'm getting it back.
There we go.
When we last left our heroes.
It's been a little while.
It's very snowy. Thank you.
You guys managed to talk your way onto a ship after knocking out Cormier and forcing him to come with you as he tried to retreat back into the city.
That was a party.
So yeah. Knocked out a member of the party.
It's okay.
Brought him with you.
Kidnapped a member of the party.
You managed to talk your way onto... Well, Morthus managed to talk y'all's way onto the ship that is heading to Westashire, apparently to attempt some kind of resupply and obtain food to bring back to Onashire. The captain was confused about why you wanted to come, because it's a really stupid idea. And everybody on the ship knows that. But also on the ship is Talia's teacher, Kelfir. And
he loves me so much.
Loves her so much that she is using magic to disguise herself so that he never, ever talks to her, notices her, etc.
I tried to poison him, and it didn't work.
That's right. Vera attempted to poison him.
Not kill poison.
Just poison.
Toilet poison.
It does not appear to have had any effect on him.
Oh no, not that poor little manservant.
Cormier at some point cornered Talia in her, whatever you call it on a ship. Thank you, your cabin. Tore up her spell book, got angry at her for dragging him on this voyage, and generally got angry at her for being a magic user in general. And in return... Talia watched her book get shredded.
No, she also got angry with Cormier
for
being a general jerk.
There was
words were spoken.
Words were spoken. Much anger was in the air. Towards the end of the day, as the light began to fade, a figure suddenly appeared supported by a column of water in front of the ship, and the ship stopped dead in the water. The humanoid figure dressed in all kinds of seaweed and sea detritus. Detritus? Detritus, thank you.
Detritus. In American English, correct?
It's debris.
Debris?
It's all kinds of debris in the water everywhere.
God.
On this program.
The English major in me is cringing.
I know.
So the English major on the outside of me is also cringing. Sorry,
you
apologize.
Okay? Commanded you to stop and turn around, and Kelfir said, yeah, not doing that. And combat commenced. You guys managed to fight off a wave of sea spawn, just these weird humanoid sea creatures with tentacle arms and barnacles crusted to them. And after a little bit of that, giant tentacles came up onto the deck and began smashing all over the place. You all managed to actually avoid all but one of them.
That was.
So I don't remember who got hit.
I don't think... Was it me?
Did you get hit? I feel like you got hit by everything.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, my sheet has full...
Yeah, you got hit a lot. Mortha spent most of the time fighting alone against multiple sea spawn. Cormier manned one of the ballista and fired at the tentacles. But eventually... right as the crew finally broke, they could not stand against the tide of sea spawn, pun intended. They broke and fled into the hold, into the various cabins and generally became ineffective in combat. But at the same time, Kelfir managed to kill the enemy caster, at which point the tentacles released the ship and sank back into the depths, and the sea spawn retreated. Yay. So, that's where we left off. The party is now standing, I think you're crouched underneath the stairs towards the back of the ship. The captain is standing there looking for more enemies. You're crouched underneath the stairs on the other side of the other end of the ship, looking for more knees to shoot at.
A lot of kneecaps were sacrificed.
A lot of kneecaps are sacrificed.
Morthus, you're standing there gripping the side of the ship, having managed to avoid being swept off by a wave, avoided being thrown off by the sea spawn, avoided being blasted off by the tentacles.
Yeah.
And I believe Cormyr is right there as well.
Full health.
Having been knocked off by a tidal wave, but then teleported back on. Lyra, you are standing over with Talia. Everybody is just looking around, breathing hard. Kelfir, standing at the prow of the ship, turns, just kind of looks across it, pulls out 2 vials from his bag, downs them both, and then just starts striding straight across the ship towards his cabin. Not a word.
I mean, fair enough, he did save our butts. I'm not gonna do anything about that.
He's the best at magic. Where's Shalrona?
Shalrona is standing by the very tall figure who stands at the prow of the ship. You look out, there are dead sea spawn and dead sailors scattered all across the deck. There is just a carpet of bodies.
Is the captain...
Anything interesting on them?
Roll a perception. Are you going to go... Are you going to ruffle through the corpses? Or are you going to try and spot?
I'll spot for now, but then I will go and rummage.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Is the captain standing there?
Yeah, the captain is standing right next to Talia.
Okay, can I go over to him?
Sure.
As I am...
You pick your way through the corpses, walk up the steps to where the captain is.
Warhammer slam down. You got a protocol for dealing with dead bodies, or can I start sweeping them off?
9. No, I don't. Kind of severe. If I heard that.
You actually don't see much. Where you would expect to see rings and jewelry and superstitious items and necklaces, you actually see none of that. It is as if none of them really had anything.
May I investigate the sea spawn, just out of interest?
Sure. You can give me an investigation check. So you walked up to the captain. Cormyr, what are you doing?
Start slinging the sea spawn off the side and stacking sailors.
Okay.
Kelfir left.
Yeah, he's striding across the deck, actually right towards you.
Oh no.
Because you're hiding under the stairs right next to his cabin.
Oh, shoot. But I still look like Tobias. I'll just kind of casually stroll over towards Morthus. If I see Morthus coming on, I'll just head over towards Morthus.
Yeah, Morthus is walking right over to where you are. So, not my map. But roughly, if this was the ship.
Oh, it's a baby version. It's a small.
Jam, our conversation on Wednesday is coming back to me now, and I apologize for everything. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, what's the name of the show?
What gets first?
Fair point. Fair point.
Everything you do is going to get worse.
Okay.
That is the tragedy of this show.
Talia is right here. Morthus, you were over here, and you just kind of came this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain is there. Cormyr's stacking and chucking bodies. Lyra's right there as well.
I'm rummaging.
You're rummaging.
I rolled a 5 though, so
Off
I didn't
in that
rummage
area.
very well.
Oh man, starting off strong.
I put it in the dice gel. It's not. Okay, it's gone.
You can grab maybe 20 copper worth of junk.
I was more interested not in what they had on.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You were investigating the sea spawn.
As in, like,
yes. There's a variety of
Curiosity.
different types. Some of them have both humanoid arms with just these long claws. Some of them have one of their arms that just ends in this tentacle covered with suckers. They look hideous. They don't really have anything valuable on them unless you maybe wanted to take some souvenirs and see if anybody will buy them.
I take a claw for myself.
Okay. You taking like just the nail or
Not the hand,
wrist?
a claw.
Just a claw?
Not a
Okay.
claw.
You have a sea spawn claw.
Delightful.
Cool. Morthus, you walked up to the captain, slammed your hammer down.
Just just kind of leaning on it a little bit. I'm not actually that injured at this point. I'm just tired. And be like, you got a protocol for how you deal with the bodies, or should I start sweeping them off?
chuck the sea spawn. Well, he doesn't know what they're called, but chuck those fuckers off the edge. Line up the sailors.
Okay.
We'll see what we can send home to their families.
All right. I'm going to start doing that then.
Okay.
No,
you all hear the sound of just like a heavy wooden object slamming against the deck twice. Just this wham, wham, and it reverberates unnaturally through the entire deck. And the tall figure at the front just slammed their oar down twice. And you can see the places where the deck has just been smashed through, wood is slowly starting to kind of form back into place.
That's hot.
It does not completely... What?
I see what you did there, Josh. Sailors with nothing on them and a ship that repairs itself. Carry on.
Let me go ahead and pretend I know what he's talking about.
There you go.
As all good DMs do.
Uh-huh.
And move on.
You're all
We just don't always admit that we shouldn't.
Anyway. Yes. It does not fix the ship all the way, but the mass, these gashes in the deck were, 8-10 feet wide. They're now maybe 4. You can hop them at this point. So less of a hazard. And one of them you can see went all the way down through the ship. Right? So you kind of stand at the edge and you can actually see the sea through the bottom of the ship, and no water is coming in.
Huh. Sweet.
The ship slowly starts to pick up speed again. You feel kind of a breeze as the last of the light dies, and the ship is underway again.
Cool. I'll go cook dinner.
Hell yes.
Okay, you go cook dinner. As you head down into the hold, you can see sailors just kind of holding wounds, slowly picking them or crawling back out onto the deck, seeing that everything is, the combat at least has ended. And Cormier, eventually, a bunch of them come out and help you start slinging bodies overboard and lining up the corpses of the sailors. Lyra, did you want to be doing anything during this time?
Is it night?
Yes. So the sun has gone down and it is dark.
Okay, I'll go to the cabin space and wait for a bit.
Okay.
What do I see her go?
Yeah, she just kind of walks off the deck.
What did the sky look like as the sun was setting? Were there any clouds? Did it look like there was anything?
I'm sorry.
approaching?
It was a very cloudy day, and it was pouring snow most of it.
Okay.
Oddly, when you're on the deck, you feel like you don't really need your heavy winter clothing.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
But it was driving snow most of the day, and very cloudy.
Okay.
So it really just went from dark and gloomy to
Darker
blackness.
and gloomier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lyra, I would follow you if you don't have any objections to that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Any sailors that I pass who are injured, I'll shepherd them into the galley and make hot toddies before I start cooking.
Hot toddies!
You blew most of your cooking stuff earlier today, didn't you?
Did I? But was I using it or was I not?
You did.
No, you did because you rolled
Yes,
really
I made
poorly,
curry.
and I said if you chuck all of your spices at
So I'm
it.
just using what they have.
Okay. All right.
You
They got
took
grog.
all of your spices.
It's better than what the cook was making.
Yay!
Because
Passion.
skill counts for something.
But passion can count for so much more.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next hour or so, you get all the bodies lined up. A couple of the the lieutenants on the ship start going through the bodies, pulling off bits and pieces that Vera didn't quite notice. There's not a lot, but it's something, and one of them is writing down on a scroll. Okay. What are we doing?
Well, I went down with Lyra, so I don't know what Lyra's up to.
Okay.
I'm hanging out watching until they start to do any kind of burial procedures.
Okay.
chatting with the sailors.
Okay, servant. Go ahead and roll. What have I been having you roll for? Just intelligence plus your proficiency bonus
Yes, for cooking.
for cooking.
Sure.
I'll give you intelligence or wisdom.
There's the same modifier.
Okay.
Why did it really make crap? A 10.
Okay.
That's what you rolled last time.
That's what 11.
You create an average meal, slightly above average meal.
You're going to dice jail too.
Okay. So Lyra and Talia, you guys are having a conversation?
Yeah. What do you make of all of this, Lyra? Do you think we're on the right path?
Honestly, I think this is a very dangerous environment for everyone to be in, and I would rather see us all somewhere safe. This has been a little chaotic, and I hope that everyone can survive.
Me too. Do you think there is anyone anywhere safe anymore?
That depends on how safe you think safe is. I mean, our city is not the best place. Of course, everyone's starving, but relatively speaking, we're not all being outright killed.
Maybe you have that confidence. I certainly don't.
Is there anything troubling you? Can I counsel you or help you?
Well, I'm beginning to be very frustrated by a number of situations outside of my control. And I'm, to be quite honest, feeling a lack of trust amongst all of these people that I thought were my friends. Losing Almania was a hard blow, and I really only trust you and Vera. Especially after Cormier attacked me in my cabin this afternoon.
I heard about that. Are you okay?
Hopefully. We'll see if my life's work has survived, but of course, spells are easy to come by.
Well, I am sorry that there has been friction between our group. Please try not to judge too harshly. I mean, he seems to have his reasons, as misguided and strange as they may seem. I mean, we all have things in our past that we might not share openly, so I might advise just to wait and see maybe what's going on with him. There has to be a reason for it. His hatred of magic.
Perhaps. Perhaps there is. I certainly should not have had any part in it, however, and it seems senseless that I should be the one made to suffer.
Sad, but a very common occurrence, I'm afraid.
In fact, a lot of innocent people back in Anashir are suffering as a result of his actions.
Indeed.
But I actually would like your advice on another matter. I prayed to Illyriel about my ailment that is causing Vera to constantly slap me.
Yeah, this whole conversation is very, very blue compared to what it would normally be.
And it didn't seem to do anything. I was wondering, do you think perhaps I should try a different approach? Is there some other means that you would suggest?
Lyra, she's swearing like a sailor as she says this.
Come on, Bo.
And I am acting as if nothing is amiss. I can try to pray to Illyriel and see if there's anything she can do. Perhaps it's just a matter of time. Or perhaps we can find someone more powerful when we reach another city.
Perhaps. It is difficult to deal with, though, and I fear It is harming my already precarious situation with the group.
Well, just rest assured that most of them are aware you are not doing this intentionally, and it is a testament to your character how much this is affecting you. So just bear it for as long as you must, my dear.
All right. Well, I don't know if you needed quiet, but I suppose I should go and see if I can get down another spell or two.
Thank you, my dear. I would welcome the rest, and I would like Lyra to go give her a big ol' hug.
Yeah, hug you back. Tears again.
You were talking with the sailors.
I've been helping line up the.
You're helping
the
line
deck.
up as well.
Yeah.
But I'll notice that nobody's come to dinner, at least of my crew here.
Of your crew, nobody has actually come to dinner.
Okay.
As you are talking with the crew, you hear dice.
Oh, crap.
Rolling. And again, you look around. None of the sailors are. You've seen them. You saw some playing earlier today. You see none at the moment.
Can I
And the sound
localize?
appears. Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, come on! I don't localize.
The dice.
You
tell a
suddenly
story.
stop hearing dice. Actually.
Good.
No.
Blissful ignorance.
You have no idea where it's coming from.
I start just like, pardon me, boys, and ladies, and I just start to continue. Eat. It's, yes.
Different dice.
And I will just start like snooping around the room, very, very suspiciously.
You go
and
around.
peek out the door.
Serving seconds.
Yeah, like
looking
offhand.
looking under the table. A sailor here and there kind of looks at you like,
do you hear anything, lovey? Dice rolling? You don't want to play dice? Here?
You want to play dice?
No, thank you. Not a gambler. Terrible dice. And I keep walking around, hunting for it.
He keeps eating.
I peek out the door. Anything
Okay.
weird on deck? Or what is the galley? up
galley
to, I should
is
say?
on the second level. I've got a map here, but yeah, I think the galley's on the second level. You just kind of peer out. You can look down both hallways. I think in one direction is kind of the crew lounge-ish place where they're usually playing dice, and you don't see anybody in there.
Okay, I start to book it to the deck, which is the last place I saw these folks.
Okay. There's still a line of people out the door. You just kind of walk past them.
You're like, serve yourselves, dearies, share. And I continue and I go and I find
that smile is just oh my God, that's right on. Okay, you're going out on deck.
Yes, I'm looking
Okay.
for.
I'm probably finishing lining up.
Yeah.
the
Probably
deck.
not Morthus. He wasn't there, so I'll go to Cormier.
No, Morthus and Cormier are both.
I mean, Morthus wasn't there.
I
in
wasn't
the
there for
bar
the original
last time I
dice.
heard
She
it.
was
oh,
there
the last time you heard
saying-
the dice.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Cormier has kind of just finished lining up bodies.
Cormier, dearie. Do you remember when we were in the snowdrop and suddenly there were ghouls?
Yeah.
Well, I heard something when that happened, and I'm hearing it again.
Huh.
What color is your hair?
It's red.
Okay.
I gotta go, guys.
Oh, sorry, Beth.
Bye, Beth. We love you.
Please continue on.
Bye. Bye.
Alright, thank you.
It's happening though, right? Okay.
Fingers crossed. Thank you. I'm so excited.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I don't think that's
We are
nice.
jumping regions
I was about
wildly
to
here.
say, isn't that in India?
I think the DM is trying to do math. So
Oh,
while he
mathematics
does
is
math,
happening.
make sure you subscribe to the stream,
Yes.
follow
Yes.
us on socials, do all those good things.
Bye, Beth.
Bye. I hear what they're saying, unless you're whispering under your breath.
No, I'm speaking
Can I
normally.
come by?
Do you remember that? I can't remember. Did I vocalize that when it
Yeah,
happened the
because
first time?
Almania started playing music really loudly to see if she could block out the sound.
That's true. Okay,
see if
you
it was
remember
something
this
in the
happened.
room.
I heard dice rolling, and then
So-
suddenly...
The entire time you're talking to me, I'm just staring at the dead bodies on the deck, just so you're aware.
Okay.
You're hearing weird... I'm gonna walk up, you're hearing weird sounds.
Okay, so the last time I heard this, dice rolling, as if, and I can't tell where it's coming from. Suddenly there was a ghoul attack, and our friend died.
Well, that's a problem.
I don't know what is happening here, but I feel like it's nothing good.
So as you walk up,
Mhm.
just gonna step on the other side of Vera, just kind of 45-degree angle you.
Okay. I'm gonna reach into my armor and pull out my bell. I have a little silver bell. And I'm gonna ring it.
What, charming tone, but...
Can you still hear things?
Do I still hear things?
You still hear dice.
Okay.
I still hear dice.
You hear... You kind of turn around. Your granduncle is like standing right over your left shoulder.
Yes. It's like
Okay.
you have a pet ghost.
Yeah.
I love it.
It startles you for a minute because you kind of turn and his face is right there.
I hold up the bell to him and ding it again.
Still hearing dice, not helping. I'm pretty sure that's an A flat, and it's really not helping.
Sorry. Just checking. Stick it back in my...
I suggest, I don't know, we prepare for something bad. I know I sound like an old lady, but something bad is going to happen soon.
It sounds like the spiritual sound of fate coming for
Is
you.
that the association with dice? To me, it always implies, I don't know, seediness. Not to say that I'm familiar, but that's beside the point. I don't indulge.
Alright. Well, where's the shot? Alright, I'm gonna go back to the bodies and to the
I'm just gonna
captain.
start walking around the deck with my crossbow out and just be like super paranoid.
So you go over to the captain. Is she okay?
She's fine. Just, a little paranoid.
I'm not fine.
She's fine.
She's saying she's not fine. Does she know? Does she see something?
She says she can
Hear something.
She says she can hear dice in her head. Don't know why.
Don't say it like that.
Oh, little. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Marcus, you finished? The guy with kind of the scroll. Yeah, that's all accounted for. We got 62 dead. All right. Pitch them overboard. And they there's no...
I'll help.
No funeral, no
Same.
words,
Okay.
really, just kind of one at a time, just chucking them over. The tall figure at the front of the ship, again, bam, bam, and the floorboards, the deck starts to heal just a little bit more. So now there are definite cracks that run through, but it
They're not
appears
open.
mostly healed. Healed is not the correct word. Repaired.
I just made my divination rolls. DM.
Yeah, what's your roll?
An 11 and a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to, as I'm pushing the bodies off, kind of murmur some words.
Okay. Anything in particular? Just
Not really. It's more of like something that my mother would have, like some kind of odd lullaby or something that my mother would have told me when she would talk to me about Zetter.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of just murmur those words about chance and change and fate as I'm kind of pushing bodies over the edge.
Cormier, as you and Morthus, throw
No.
a body. No, you're not
No.
throwing anything with her?
No.
Well, never mind. You notice
Yep.
nothing.
But
Can I-
while I'm throwing other bodies off the deck with other sailors, I'm just going to be muttering under my breath. Seems a shame. Somebody should really say some words for these souls.
Okay.
Good question.
Roll a persuasion check, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. 4? 5? Okay.
The rolls are starting out.
Alright.
Excellent.
Have I ever heard anything like this before in my life?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know,
dice.
I mean, had this experience before of weird metaphysical sounds, etc.
Oh, dice of an unknown location? No.
So as I'm doing, I'm going to mutter
Birds
under
of a
my
different
breath.
size.
Okay, I have never prayed to anything in my life, but if this is one of you things, speak up now, I'm listening. This is something divine. Well, what?
Straight wisdom check.
Oh, come on.
Jesus.
Roll one of the ones
I should have. It's
This
only a
is this is
4.
karma for the combine one shot. not karma, but the whatever.
4. I don't understand anything.
Okay. You speak this out into the ether and receive nothing but more dice. It's not constant, right? It's not like, taking an endless bag of dice and just shaking it out onto a table. It's just every 30, 45 seconds or so. Just a nice... It's a natural 20 right
Can I have it, please?
No.
Fine.
Can I have it, please?
there. No.
I'm just gonna keep muttering to myself, being like, what? What is it? What do you want?
Okay.
What is this?
You walk around the deck thoroughly creeping everybody out.
Yep.
As you pass
Dinner in the galley!
couple
As I go
sailors
by.
kind of throw one of the bodies overboard, and you just kind of walk past, and you're kind of looking over the edge, and they both look over the edge, right, getting ready to pull out their swords again.
Dinner in the galley, dearies. When you're finished, I'll pass by.
Okay. All right.
Discombobulated by that fight. It's messing with my dice.
Okay. What are you guys doing after you finish
Gonna go down and
checking
get
all
food.
of the sailors? Okay. Go and get food. Anything else you guys want to do before you go to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
All right, so I'm in the cabin and nobody else is in there, right? Because these guys are up checking bodies and she's walking around with a
Yeah.
crossbow.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I will go in and I will cast light on one of the hammock things that hangs down, that
Okay.
attaches to, just so I have some light. I'll sit down and roll up a sleeve on my left arm.
Okay.
And I take out Tobias's dagger. And I just begin lightly, not inflicting tremendous damage, but enough to get some nice blood going. I will trace a spiral.
Okay.
And then I will take a piece of paper that Cormier tore out of my spellbook that does not have any words on it.
Okay.
And I will just blot right across to transfer the blood to the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will sit it down, and I will sit. And I will pray to Illyrio that I need guidance, and I am earnestly seeking a cure to this ailment that is plaguing me, and that I ardently wish for the return of my friend Almania, and guidance on our journey to find her.
Okay. Roll a wisdom check. With advantage.
Feel some warmth in your tummy.
Just straight wisdom?
Yeah.
That's a 9.
It's a good thing you guys were not rolling like this last week.
It was
Yeah,
better than me.
Are low
Holy
today.
raw. Okay. You do that. Nothing.
I will go, I know Vera probably went to the galley, so I will head to the galley.
Okay. You go to the galley, and the spiral cut on your arm abruptly deepens, right? As if you had cut much deeper and just kind of starts pouring blood down your arm. It's not gushing out, but there's definitely just little runnels of blood running down, dripping off of your fingers. Nope, lost that one. You take 5 points of slashing.
Okay.
Piercing damage.
Piercing, slashing. Okay.
Freaking blood magic, people.
And there is and your attention is suddenly drawn to a pitcher that is sitting kind of in a half-open cupboard, kind of up around head level. Vera, you're still creeping around the deck.
I'm gonna go back to the
okay. Vera is kind of standing on her stool at the stove, kind of getting everything ready. And you see blood just kind of dripping out of that cupboard.
That's bullshit.
That was in character for your current self.
I'll go and pull it out.
Do I notice her come in my kitchen?
Okay. Your back is kind of to the door.
Would I? I've been sitting eating.
You've been sitting eating?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
She's not hard to notice as long as she's within your peripheral, because she just kind of shoves sailors aside as she makes her way through
Just
the
kind of
room.
Eating.
There's
Watching.
one just huge burly sailor that she kind of tries to shove and he doesn't move. She just kicks the stool out from under him and he just kind of slams to the ground and watches her as she goes past.
Fallen gods, this crew.
And she just kind of makes a beeline straight for a cupboard in the corner.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my great uncle and be like, what did I join? What happened? Any sage words of advice while I'm dealing with this? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I'm making jam really pulley.
I'm gonna have to deal with this, aren't I? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get up and just kind of casually follow, like not making more of a show of it.
You kind of help that one guy
just like,
back
right,
onto his thing. You pacify him so that he doesn't come after Talia. Make your way through the room. You get to the cupboard, and there's just this pitcher in there that's just kind of overflowing blood a little bit.
Pull it out.
Okay. Kind of look into it. It looks like it's just filled with blood.
Oh, please don't.
This is like
So
high.
You do see Talia kind of pull out a pitcher.
Is there anything in the picture from what I can see? Like
Not
water,
from
milk?
where you can see. There,
Okay.
you can't really see into the
Okay.
pitcher. Comes out covered in
like
blood.
Kaya licking the stupid blood stuff.
Can't believe I'm doing this.
Tastes
Metallic.
awful.
Okay.
Does not taste at all like blood.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's just awful.
Can I like walk over and like look over her shoulder?
I notice them yet?
Just kinda,
Mrs. Mayweather, what the hell is this stuff?
Sorry, the jam was burning. What?
What is this stuff?
It's empty pitcher.
Is it
thinking
No, she holds out to you a jar from which a foul stench is emanating, and you look in, and it's just rancid milk.
Oh, it's just bad milk, Lovey. I put it away in the cupboard because it was,
No,
It's
I should
not-
probably
what?
pour that out.
it's rancid milk. I was going to wash it.
It doesn't look like milk to me.
What does it look like to you?
Am I bleeding?
Oh, goodness, honey,
Am I
dearie.
visibly bleeding?
Yeah.
She's,
Okay.
she's what happened? Show
No,
me.
that's
show
fine,
show
that's
me.
fine,
Show
that's
me.
fine,
Show
that's fine.
me.
Nope.
Lovey, we have to get a band-aid on that.
I got it. It's fine.
You're bleeding, dear.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy.
Rancid milk pitcher? Not crazy? Bleeding?
Are you sure that it's not...
To
It
me,
looks like blood. Okay.
It looks
Doesn't
like blood
taste
to
like
you.
blood, though.
You tasted the rancid milk.
Yeah.
The immediate Morth is just like,
okay. I am currently having my own strange supernatural experience, so I'm more willing to buy somebody else's. What do you see in that picture right now?
What do I see in the picture right now?
Blood?
Blood.
It looks like blood.
Yes. That's what I've been telling you. Do you think I'm stupid?
Is it your blood from this? I mean, Goodness.
Doesn't taste the same.
Why did you come in here? Why did you go straight for this?
Well, I came in, I was looking for you, actually.
Looking for me, alright.
And then I came in, and that attracted my attention.
That attracted your attention.
Yeah.
Randomly.
I could see it.
Picture. Did she have to open the cupboard to get that?
It was ajar.
Oh, okay. So you saw it from across the room. A picture full of rancid milk blood.
Oh, it was like running now.
Yeah, it's running out now.
Is it running out now?
No.
No? Okay. No, not now. It was then, though.
Okay, let's go back several steps. Why are you bleeding?
Because I cut myself.
Why did you cut yourself, lovey? I mean, there's lots of... There's nails and there's wood chips all around here. You have to be careful.
No.
Tetanus.
You have your shots.
Are you diabetic?
Mother gave me all of my shots. She was not an anti-vaxxer.
Good. I'm not either. All my boys, all my grand boys.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was doing... Never mind.
Sir!
Please. Please.
I was trying to help, but I don't think anyone's listening to me, which is just
Darling,
par for the course for this day.
I'm listening to you
This
right
week.
now. Please talk.
And I'll show Vera. I roll up my sleeve and...
Oh, you cut yourself.
Yes, that's what I said.
Can I please bind it up just a little bit? I mean, it's
Okay,
it's a
but I want
lot.
it to scar.
To each one's own. I use, I don't know, something that I have to try and tie it up if I've got some spare fabric.
Okay.
I'm not particularly good at this, but it stopped bleeding, at least. So you did this to yourself. Why did you do this to yourself, dear?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Good idea. What were you trying to do? Were you just trying to hurt yourself?
No, I wasn't. I was trying to help, actually.
Help how?
Sacrifice, right? I mean, that's the way it goes, isn't it?
To a deity.
Well, yes. Obviously.
Is this some of Lyra's blood culty?
It's not a cult.
Blood magic?
I couldn't resist.
Thing? I'm sorry. Were you trying to contact Lyra's
Yes.
blood god?
Illyrial, yes.
I understand why, a source of power, of course. And you did this.
Mm-hmm. I didn't go that deeply, though.
But it's
Just a little bit.
cause and effect here is interesting. So you do this, and then you are drawn to the milk pitcher,
Yes.
which is now full.
Well, I did this, and it wasn't as deep as it is now. As I walked out of my cabin, it hurt really bad, and it got deeper, and I felt a lot weaker, and the blood started dripping out, and then I came in, and the pitcher is running over with blood.
I think that's a very interesting cause and effect right there, especially since only you can see. Do I see Morthus is in the room?
Oh yeah,
Standing, like,
no, you
right behind.
you served
Morthus,
him.
Please come by.
Yeah.
What do you see in this picture?
What do I see in the picture? Rancid milk.
Rancid milk.
Rancid milk.
You peek in and just kind of recoil.
Like,
It's horrible.
that's some
This
old
might
and
be
shitty
only
milk.
You can see this. Well, you're hurting enough. I'm not going to hit you again.
You cut yourself to bleed in a sacrificial way,
And she got a message.
Yes.
She got an answer.
You're a holy person. You'll understand this, right?
yes, except usually bloodletting. Isn't that like a problem now with the moon? Doesn't
Let's
that like
talk
do
about
stuff?
that whole thing later. Our lovely friend Lyra is involved in some sort of blood-related magic, but hers is
Okay.
benign.
All right.
I'm a little
Benign.
iffy on it myself, but again, I don't have much experience with the divinity, etc. I don't tend to go towards that
Never
realm.
have either. I've just been trying to learn from Lyra.
All right.
It's a good thing to try new things, but you said it didn't taste like blood. What is
No,
in here? Did it
it's
taste
disgusting.
like rancid milk?
My mother never made me drink rancid milk. I don't know.
I'm gonna put my finger in it and taste it.
Oh,
I assume it
It's
tastes like rancid milk.
hideous and awful.
It tastes like rancid
It
milk.
tastes
okay,
like
everybody
rancid milk.
stop drinking the milk,
like
okay?
rancid milk
We are all going to get sick
Does
on
it
this
taste
ship, and we don't
sour?
want to.
and strong sour. That's rancid milk.
Is that how it tastes?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But you're seeing it as blood, but you're tasting it, I think, as rancid milk.
Okay, so some kind of vision,
So it's a vision
Then-
thing, not a...
not a reality warping
I don't feel so
Yes.
hot.
sort of situation. Great,
Oh,
we should go lie down.
Oh,
then.
darling,
How about we
perhaps...
go lie
Have
down?
you eaten?
The
No.
bandage that she placed on your arm has bled completely through.
Oh my goodness, I think we need to speak to Lyra now. Unless you've healed before.
I used up all of my divine
Can I
healing powers.
Do a medicine check on it, being like, is this normal? Is this... I don't know. Does this wound look normal?
It's a bound wound.
That is continuing
that
to
is
bleed.
continuing to bleed.
Alright. This is going to
Could
hurt
be
you, but
poison.
I'm going to put pressure on it, which will hopefully make it stop.
Okay.
I'll do that. And perhaps maybe tourniquet it?
Okay.
Keep the bleeding? Do you have a strong strap? Something?
Do I have some kind of belt or something?
You have several straps and belts and whatnot.
I
They
can
are generally used to keep your
try
armor
and-
on.
Yes.
Tourniquet.
Can I kind of pull one off, like
Sure.
pull off my shoulder piece and like
Sure.
pull out the belt and hand it?
Do I assume that from vague life experience I have tourniquet.
You're a mob boss, of course.
Bleeding.
Yeah,
Before?
especially during the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I've seen Mother do it too, so.
you
Yes.
patched Gideon up quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll hold it at any effect. Am I bleeding
So
slowing at all?
you are
I'm doing first
making a
aid here
tourniquet?
on this, yeah.
okay. It does not stop.
Alright, this is worrisome. This is very worrisome.
Probably
Morthus,
talk
could
to
you...
your-
Yes, let's go and find Lyra.
I
Lovely,
could just drink
if you
a
were...
health potion. I don't want to bother her. She seemed busy.
No, especially if you were invoking her goddess.
Talia.
She would know more about
Yeah.
it.
The jar is steadily filling.
What's happened?
It's getting fuller?
What is?
So it's coming from you.
Maybe?
Yeah, we gotta go talk
how
to whoever's
full is
god
it?
this
How full is
is.
it?
So I thought it was running over when I saw it first.
The cupboard had blood
Oh,
just kind
okay.
of running out of it.
Okay.
How full,
How
does
full
it
is
look?
it?
About 3/4.
You should probably go and talk to your
What?
You're not
friend
feeling
who
great.
deals with blood
Hmm?
magic.
You're not feeling great.
No, I'm not feeling
All right,
great.
we'll take the picture with us. We'll walk her to our friend. We'll see what happens if this fills. All right?
All right.
We're going to go find Lyra now. We'll walk her with the picture and go towards
Has it
Lyra.
been an hour at this point? Like, am I still
Since
not
when?
do I not look like Tobias anymore? Since, I went up on deck to talk to the captain after Cormier attacked me in my cabin.
Yeah, at some point here you would have had to use another charge.
Okay.
So this is the second of the day?
Walk her to
Yeah,
Lyra's
we'll walk her
cabin.
to Lyra's.
Okay.
Or I'll pick her up if she suddenly collapses.
Yes,
I'm
we'll
very
do that.
aware. Kind of like, hold on.
In the meantime, what have you been doing?
Go down and get some food. Get, as many hot toddies as I can carry.
Oh yeah.
Go up on deck. Which side
Hot
of the deck
grog.
did we pitch the bodies over?
Left side.
Left side.
I'm sorry, port.
Good job.
Good man. Nautical.
Left side.
We have to be as nautical as possible.
Port
here.
side.
I'm throwing both of those in there. Okay. I'll sit down there, strip off armor, clean it.
Okay.
And while I'm eating, just murmur once for each dead body some version of a sea burial prayer that I was working on, and then you interrupted me.
I apologize.
Very rudely. So, brothers and sisters, hear my words. Your fight is done. We commit your bodies to the deep. May you find peace as your brethren commend your souls to that which you gave your life for. And just, eat my food and clean my armor.
Okay.
And take a short rest.
You are very upset to find that the hot toddies don't actually have
Motherfucker!
any alcohol in them.
Teetotaler.
Fucking chuck the other two over the edge.
All right. Mugs and all just
Yes.
off the ship.
Just absolutely irate.
Considering how much money I've made off of bootlegging, this is great.
Bootlegging only works if
If
it's
there's
illegal.
prohibition.
Yeah.
There's gotta be some rot gut that's illegal.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Baylor's brew.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh,
Fair.
I've smuggled Baylor's brew before. Come on.
Not a lot, but sure.
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily
I've
rare.
never sampled it.
Oh, that's so much fun. I wanted to buy that bottle so bad.
You chuck it both mugs off the ship, and again you hear thump thump, and the rest of the deck
Oh, give it a rest.
finishes healing.
Sit back down.
Brief question.
Yes,
Am I still hearing dice?
you are.
That's what he was rolling them the whole time we were talking.
Yeah. For as long as you were in the scene, I was just kind of.
See, I thought you were rolling some other crap. And I was like,
No.
Okay.
I
It's
better
kind of
hope
like
not,
the
because I
other
was
day
rolling a
when you
lot
guys
of
were
crap.
talking and I was sobbing.
As we're walking you down, every once in a while, I'll just like shake my head, like, "This is a god. Shut up. I'm busy."
Man, everybody's
We're both
crazy gods.
having a
And you think I'm crazy.
spiritual experience that neither of us is having a lot of fun with right now. But
You guys go down
talk to our
to
spiritual advisor.
Lyra's cabin, knock on the door. She opens it, and you can see she has moved Almania and all of Almania's stuff just into her room. The rest of you, I think, are crammed
We're all
into one
crammed
room.
into one,
So
yeah.
she took Almania's body and her stuff just kind of into her room. Yes.
She has tried to contact your goddess, and she won't stop bleeding.
Oh, Lyra.
I'm not
You're
Lyra,
Lyra.
you're Lyra.
I'm sorry.
I'm not dad, you're dad.
Whose line is this?
I'm not crazy. Y'all are crazy.
Third base.
Oh, Talia. What did you do?
I was just trying to talk to her.
And she
I don't think she was listening to me very well, though.
Who's holding the pitcher?
I am. I've been holding
She's
it this
just
whole
been
time.
holding
maybe
her
talking
picture.
back though.
I don't think I got through very well. I don't feel so good.
No. You need to drink that.
What?
It's
You
really
should not try these things without me, Talia. This was foolish.
that's not good milk.
You need to drink that.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
it's
gonna be
not
throwing
milk.
up for the rest of the day.
Yeah, drinking rancid milk.
Okay.
My boys used to try and do that once.
Just lock eyes
On
and
the
I'll
dad.
down it.
Okay.
Because I trust Lyra!
You guys watch as she takes a jar of
There's this
just
like-
rancid milk that you can smell from the 3 feet
yeah.
away that you're standing.
Martha's just like,
and she just
"Ugh."
roll a Constitution check for kicks and giggles.
I assume she's gonna be on the top of the deck, just puking over the edge.
It wasn't good.
That's a 7.
A 7. Okay, cool. She kind of. You can see as kind of the gag reflex is kicking in. She
Keep it down. Keep it down.
She kind of she sprints out of the
push-
hallway, and
I
you can
just pushed
hear
fear away.
you can hear her over the side of the ship, just retching and vomiting.
My boys did that on a dare with rancid milk. I knew this would happen.
She's not gonna be feeling good for the rest of the day. all through
Lyra,
the
why
night.
did she have to drink it?
Because the jar was taking it out of her, and she needed to get it back in.
Well, that's highly disturbing, seeing as it was rancid milk.
Did your goddess make her do that, or
She played with things she was not ready for.
Okay.
my impression
I
of
wonder where I've heard that lecture before.
my impression of Illyriel was that she's fairly benign, a goddess of hope and restoration.
Fucking albatross flies by.
Even that which is mildest by nature, if done poorly, can result in that.
Or quite simply, there's a price for everything.
That is also true.
It's actually what Talia's whole thought process was I'll pay the
Certainly
price.
true.
That'll work.
This should be well.
She should be.
We'll put her to bed.
That would be best. I will
Give her
check on her
something
later.
to fill up her stomach in place of whatever it was. No food? You come back.
Come back.
Yeah, eventually you come
she's
back.
not gonna be able to eat for a while.
Dearie broth?
She can't eat.
Liquid?
No.
Water.
All right. I can go lay down.
Bed.
Lay down. Okay.
Taking the bottom bunk. I don't care which one you want, Mrs. Mayweather.
Anything else in particular that anybody would like to do before you go to bed?
I'm literally just gonna ring the bell in the room, like, put it back in my face. Yeah, I know, but what else am I supposed to do?
You know, maybe tomorrow I could use that bell.
Yeah, you're welcome
maybe-
I'm
to.
gonna do another
Does
circuit
anyone
looking
have
for the
any
dice.
silver wire?
Dice have stopped.
Oh, are you using the bell for a spell? Because that's very different.
Just for a little while.
Would I get it back?
At some point in the turmoil with Talia, you didn't notice them stopping, but when you take a second,
Oof, I don't like that one bit.
So when we were brought on board, how many cabins did they set out for us?
they basically just showed you a hallway, and there were, I think,
3 doors?
I thought it was like a bunch.
Yeah, there are a total of 8 doors in this hallway. All of them open up into very small rooms.
Okay. Come down, go into the room. Oh, God, smells like death in here. Fuck, God.
Death
Open
and-
a window.
Death and vomit, yeah.
Leave, go
Fuck
into another
you too,
cabinet.
Cormier.
So
Lots of love.
So Cormier takes his own room.
I'll stay with Talia.
Stay with Talia. Morthus and Vera, you guys stay in Talia's room.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I was last night, so.
Where's Lyra? Lyra has her own room.
Lyra has her own
With
room.
the body.
Yeah, yeah. I think I said there were only 4 bunks per
Mhm.
room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys spend everybody but Talia spends a nice,
Talia every hour up, throwing up, coming back down,
Yeah,
falling
pretty
asleep.
much.
Hour later, gets up. Word.
the rest of you sleep just fine. You gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yes.
This will be
Um,
my first night with no sleep in
Oh,
a long time.
and you have a point of exhaustion.
No, I trance. I don't sleep.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Most of the
Sorry.
time I drink to sleep.
Fair. Okay.
But I took away your alcohol.
So I don't.
Bitches.
I know.
Talia, you gain the benefits of a long rest, but in the morning you just feel horrible.
Okay, do I lose the point of exhaustion that I had
You do lose the
yesterday?
point of
Okay,
exhaustion.
Sweet.
Shortly, just in case I forget to tell you this later, over the course of the morning, you guys all realize that there's something different about Talia. And eventually you realize she's not kicking over stools out from under people and cursing and whatnot.
You've suddenly become a lady again, haven't
I've only
you?
known her as super rude, so this is kind of a shock.
You're a pleasant young lady.
Oh,
like
thank
the,
Illyriel. I
first
feel so
met
much
you.
better.
Was it worth the vomit?
You actually don't feel much better.
I
You
do.
feel hideous.
No, I feel so much better in my soul.
Okay, fair.
Her soul feels.
I will hug Vera.
No.
You do that.
You have to bend down real far.
Thank you, Mrs. Mayweather. Also, I'm sorry, but could you not hit me so much next time, please? My arm really
I'm
hurts.
sorry. It was sort of an instinct. You raise 3 sons in a not perhaps the best environment to raise 3 sons, and you have to be a little tough on them, perhaps, to make them
Fair.
into gentlemen.
It's fair. I don't plan on ever doing that, but okay.
Which actually is something I wanted to tell you. So I noticed, I wasn't there for whatever altercation might have occurred, that you're angry with a companion.
Yep, I still am.
There's a slamming on a door in the hallway outside your guys' room, and you hear a voice call down, "Hey, halfling lady, people are hungry!"
Come find me after breakfast. I want to talk to you. I'll make you something special.
I think I wanted to say something to the group, but I don't think I could say it the same way now.
You know what? They can wait for breakfast. Here's what I need to tell you. Speaking of my boys,
Uh-huh.
I think you've met one. You've met my Benji, haven't
Yes,
you?
yes.
Isn't he lovely?
He is lovely.
And if you met my junior, you would probably say that he is also lovely.
I'm sure.
Fine boy.
I'm sure.
However,
But I don't know if you'd say the same if you met my youngest. And, a mother always, loves her boys, of course, but he was always different. It wasn't that he liked hurting things and hurting people. It was more like he couldn't help it.
Okay.
He didn't even get joy out of it. It just happened. You know, when he was young, it was animals. When he got older, it was people.
Okay.
And you can imagine being the mother of a child like that, who you love, your youngest, your baby.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something wrong in his head. And for a long time, I thought I could change that about him. Right? Through whatever means it is possible to change a person.
Right.
But he wasn't changeable. That didn't make him any less my son. Sometimes you can't change people all the time. You just have to take them as they are. And no matter how much you might frankly hate the things they do, and maybe even a little frightened of the things they do. I mean, he was family.
This stream does not condone abuse of animals.
No, we don't. We do not. My youngest son is a psychopath.
I think I understand what you're saying, Mrs. Mayweather, but...
There's another banging on the door in the hallway. Hey, come on!
She'll be there in a moment.
You can't always change people's opinions, no matter if you are right.
Right, that's fine, but... Did your son destroy your years of work?
I found a way to make him support my years of work the way he was. Because people, no matter how they are, no matter how wrong they may be in the head or in their opinions, can always... a place can be found for them.
I don't know. I mean, I have obviously worked hard to keep this group together. Harder than a lot of other people in the group, honestly. I worry about where we are, Mrs. Mayweather, because, you see, I'm not where I belong right now.
Where do you belong?
I belong at his feet, learning from him like I should be.
Just smack you across the face.
I wasn't cursing.
I know, but you were speaking nonsense.
But that's where I belong.
You don't belong at the
I
feet
can't-
of a single soul.
I learned from him, and I spent my one favor with him trying to discover what happened to you all, and no one even looked for me, and no one ever looked for Cora. And I'm not sure, but in this world of hideous creatures that attack us from the depths of the sea, and undead creatures that kill our friend with a single blow, surely we need each other.
Yes, we need each other. We don't need him.
Well, he can't see me now. I've ruined that forever. That was my...
You've broken free, and that's a frightening place to be, believe me.
There's a gentle knock on your door.
Hello?
Could you open, please?
Who is it?
It's Sharona.
Okay.
Door.
Hello. Yes.
It's breakfast time.
I look like
Yes.
myself.
Oh.
Because I haven't put the hat on yet.
Does not appear to notice.
She's a very
like,
obtuse first
whatever.
mate.
Oh, she's got something else on her mind.
Yes.
Yes. Yesterday was quite a day. There
It
are
was.
40 hungry sailors who have been through some terrible things, and everyone's hungry. So, if you wouldn't
Do you see this young lady?
mind-
Mrs.
Does she
Who
look
are
well to you?
What?
She
No,
look well.
who are you?
She's ill. She needs...
Talia Rusando, at your service.
Hello.
Hi, I was hoping to talk to you sometime, actually, if you might have a spare moment.
Sure, find me later.
Yeah.
How did you get... Never mind. Food? Yes?
I'm going.
Angry crew.
Talia, think about what I've said.
I will think about what you've said.
Some people can't change. That doesn't mean they aren't worthwhile.
Well, I'm not the one who thinks that he is not worthwhile. He is the one that thinks I am an evil person out for world domination and destruction.
For clarification, we went from
Entirely.
talking about Cormyr to Kelfir to Cormyr. Just in case
Yes,
anyone else
we're
is not
back.
following that.
You're back to
This is
Corbin.
weird.
Just saying.
Just clarifying.
Spirit knows who I'm talking about.
I do.
Does she, though?
She does.
Because you went from talking about Cormyr to, I should be at his feet. Who's he?
I knew who
She
meant.
knows stuff nobody else knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
She read my journal.
Yes, you keep saying now, and then you continue
Mrs.
talking.
Mayweather, perhaps over breakfast.
Perhaps for breakfast.
I will just find my tall, dark friend.
As you kind of go and collect your stuff and get ready for the day, a folded up piece of paper falls out of your pack.
Out of my pack?
Yep.
Shall I
Wait,
peek?
hang
Shall I not peek?
Okay, good. Yes. No, you shall not peek.
I shan't.
We read her
I
mail.
go cook the dang breakfast. I
You
roll my
head
terrible
out.
intelligence rolls. I hope it sucks.
You head out and you go. Go ahead for that.
Oh, come on. Good. It sucks. Wait. 8.
You make a subpar meal
Oh,
for the first
yes.
time in your entire life.
I meant it this time.
So annoyed.
Patience is a virtue.
I'm eating breakfast.
What's Martha's goes breakfast.
Yeah.
Cormyr.
I was in the room while they were all rioting, and I was spending the entire time trying to be like, she's coming, okay? She's getting here. She's an elderly woman.
You forestall the riot that would have started
Thank
in
you,
the galley
Mortis.
and engulfed the ship.
Ungrateful children.
Okay. Cormyr?
I will get some breakfast and then subtly help clean up / ransack the galley for booze.
Which one are you
Incidentally,
subtly doing?
Ransacking the galley for booze.
Okay.
Suddenly.
where
Yes.
do they keep the grog bins in this place? Probably not in the galley.
Are you going to look for them, or are you going to ask somebody?
I probably would have known. I've been through the galley. I've been cooking here for 2 days.
You've seen none.
Okay, it's not here. I assume there's grog on board.
Okay. You help clean up. You start Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh, yeah. Those are good rolls. 2.
Do I see him ransacking my kitchen?
Please, guys. Please roll better.
I know this is bad. Do I see him ransacking my kitchen?
You definitely do.
How does she say that if I'm doing it subtly?
Because you rolled
Do I get
2.
a stealth roll? That was an investigation.
Roll sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Because you're angry.
I don't know what sleight of hand is.
It's
it's
dex-based.
Just
12.
dares. 12. What's your passive perception?
16.
Yeah, you definitely see him.
Do I know
It's
from...
poorly veiled in the, where does this pan go? In this barrel!
I was about to say, I know exactly what he was looking for.
Yeah, it's not subtle.
Cormyr, dearie.
Before that, Talia, what do you do after reading that?
I immediately go and knock on the door of Lyra's cabin.
Okay. There is no answer.
I'll try the door. Is it locked?
It is not locked.
I'll push it open and go in.
Okay. You see Almania's body unwrapped.
Okay, shit.
It is just laid out straight in the middle of this spiral pattern that has been painted on the floor. Her kind of shattered lute is right next to her. Her other implements are laid at various points around this spiral. And the spiral is this just dark, dark, almost black-red color. And it just runs in a spiral pattern. At the end of the spiral, so Amanya's body is in the middle of the spiral, is Lyra sitting there with just a dagger straight into her chest. Both Almanya...
She did the thing.
Beth has been emailing me this.
No!
Both Almanya's body and Lyra's body are just covered in writing. And you can see that all of this is the same color as the spiral, and it takes you a second, but you realize just all of this is blood.
I run over to Lyra first, and I know it's stupid and useless, but I'll desperately feel for a pulse. Mother taught me that much.
Okay. Mary, I'll go ahead and have you do the roll.
Okay.
Just roll me a D20.
Natural 19.
No modifier. Okay.
First good roll of the campaign.
Yeah, it totally was.
There is a pulse.
Holy
On
damn.
Lyra or on
Oh, I'm
Manya?
sorry. Who are you checking? I'm sorry, I missed
Oh,
it.
dang.
Lyra
was
has
checking Lyra.
Lyra has no pulse.
Okay, then I would have checked Almanya because I read the letter.
Almanya has a pulse.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Can we quick call Beth?
Oh my god, what?
Okay. Vera! Vera!
Yes?
Vera is not there.
I was in the galley unless you're running up the galley.
Oh god, I look like Talia. Can I get a roll to see if she'd notice? She's a lot smart. She's very smart, but she's also completely freaked out at this moment.
What are you trying to notice?
If I realize that I've forgotten the hat.
Oh.
Good point. Kelfir never goes to the galley. He's a snob.
What do you want to roll for that?
He's a snob!
I don't know. Like, intelligence,
I
guess?
Yeah, I'll just give you an intelligence roll.
Is that wise or intelligence? Yeah, this is intelligence.
Natural one. On point.
You're totally disguised. You're not forgetting anything.
Narrative dice. Okay. I will run for the galley.
You run for the galley.
Mrs. Mayweather, I need you now.
So
yes,
as you were
mommy?
so you were having a conversation with him, and at some point she'll explode in.
Oh, I was screaming like, Corbin, I know what you're looking for, and it's not here. To be perfectly honest, I don't actually know where they keep it. But you could perhaps ask one of our friends here?
Hey! Where's the grog?
No grog.
Fucking son of a... Just hear vile language.
Yeah, that was our reaction too.
I reach up as far as him as I can go and go smack.
Doesn't even notice.
Pretty sure you wouldn't.
Fucking just slams whatever I'm carrying to the ground and stomps out of this.
I do not have Almanya, but I
My
just...
sheet?
I just emailed everything to
Can
you.
we all bow down to Beth for a moment?
Yeah, can we all, like, cry?
Not to do it.
Oh my god.
I knew she was gonna try.
Then when I knew you were going to, it didn't talk to me about it, so thanks for not.
Read the word first. Okay. At this point, Talia comes bursting through the door. Tears.
What's happened?
Mrs. Mayweather, come now!
What's happened? What's
Lyra.
happened? Where?
Lyra.
All right, let's go.
Lyra.
Let's go. I go with her, and we take me where we need to go.
Take her down to Lyra's cabin.
Okay, you see the same scene.
But Almanya's breathing.
I go and check Almanya too.
Yeah, there's a pulse.
Oh yeah, I go and check Lyra.
It worked.
Lyra has no pulse. She is pale and still.
I need it back when you're done.
Oh no.
go and start. I'll just take Lyra and start laying her out.
She said there was a price for everything.
She and I argued about this a long time ago when she told me the story of Illyriel. I told her it wasn't hopeful.
Well, what is done is done.
But Almania.
But Almania lives.
But Lyra.
We need to wake Almania. We need to see if we can make this worth something.
Shouldn't. But what if she needs to sleep?
If Almania needs to sleep, I'm just going to check her, okay?
Okay.
Can't lose both.
Right. Do you think maybe we should give her a health potion?
Let me look. Can I do a medicine check on Almania? What state is she in?
Sure, roll
She's
a medicine
clearly
check.
alive.
Yeah.
My sister, my two.
Okay, for once
You've
it's
got
not
you've
entire
got blood
suckage.
smeared all over your hands and arms from where you've touched the bodies, and then
15.
laid Lyra out. 15. She is breathing. Her skull is intact again. Everything seems to be put back together, except for her lute. Sorry,
Sad.
minor detail.
That's sad.
Fix the loot eventually.
See, I hear loot, and my brain immediately goes L-O-O-T.
My guitar? Does that help?
Because we are D&D players, after all.
Because I'm a rogue.
Okay.
So, help me lift her. We'll put her in the
Okay.
hammock.
Yes.
She's alive. She's fine.
Of course, okay.
Her skull is back.
So you guys kind of smearing all of the writing in blood that's all over her, just kind of managed to get her into one of the hammocks.
Yeah.
Did you said you spoke with her? You knew this was possible?
No. It's when she told me the story of Illyriel, the dagger and the heart and the...
What is this story? I wasn't there.
So...
I've seen her holy symbol. I know it's a blade
Yes.
and a heart.
So Illyriel sacrificed herself to keep a dark god from taking over the world. She bound her life force to his so that when she killed herself, then he would also die.
But this isn't the same. This is dying for life, not dying for death.
But miracles happen, and
Miracles don't happen.
but she's the goddess of hope, Mrs. Mayweather.
Miracles don't happen.
But Almania, Lyra, oh Lyra, why couldn't you have taken me instead? This is stupid.
You need to tell the others.
I'm gonna stay with her.
You stay.
I just go over to Lyra and I'll cross her hands over her chest.
I go find Cormier and Morthus.
Okay.
I'm looking for the captain.
I know you are.
Okay, so you're going to go talk to the captain.
Yep.
Morthus, what did you do after you ate?
I helped clean up. I didn't really have any other plans, so
Okay.
I probably have cleaned up.
Okay, cool. Did all that make sense?
Yes.
And I just sent you a text.
Yes, I just
Okay,
saw.
cool.
Thank you.
You're looking for the captain.
Yeah.
He is easily found. He is on the command deck.
Bridge.
Bridge, thank you.
You're welcome.
He's on the bridge,
Poop
the
deck.
one
Yes.
with the guards at
Best
the
name for a
stairwells.
thing ever.
Yes.
All right. I'll just stay at the bottom. Shout up. Hey! Hey! The weirdly ineffectual fighter.
Until I started playing him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that you? The one in black?
sure.
Yeah, the one that tried to save those two little ladies?
I was
Still
a man.
breathing last I checked.
Yeah, that's good. Where's the
I was
grog?
about to say, what
Except
is
Lyra
this?
isn't. Shit.
I was a man at the time. I'd like to point that out.
Fair.
This is a confusing statement all around.
Just everything. I'm sorry, did you say something after?
Where's the grog?
Where's the grog? No grog on this ship.
Why not?
Need as much room as possible for actual food and essentials.
Well, we got 60 dead. We got room now. You don't think that's worth a little celebrating some life?
You give me barrels for grog?
I'll give you a hug. Oh, I'm sorry. I
I
thought
don't want to
the black shirt, it threw me. I apologize. I just assumed.
There's no grog on board.
God damn it!
If you want to help us when we get to Worcestershire, you're welcome to look for grog.
Get to Worcestershire. Fucking regenerating ships. You're half your crew down. You're still going on.
Actually, you notice there are a number of spectral figures.
Oh no, we got a ghost crew.
We have the dead.
Oh no.
Performing various tasks on the deck.
Ghost crew.
Ghost crew.
And you,
So what you're saying is, let me just clarify this. You're saying in a city where necromancy is literally the Antichrist,
Yep.
they're raising the dead on this ship.
you see spectral
Ish.
figures walking around performing duties. They are featureless. They are
We're gonna fight.
Is convinced that they're gonna get
apparently not.
We're gonna fight.
Okay. Wait, you and me, or
Yes. Holy shit.
Devin is so triggered right now.
Come back to me.
Okay.
I've presumably found Morthus.
Yeah, I've just been
If you
yeah.
were where I
cleaning
looked.
up and
Yes.
Yeah, Morthus
I went back
is-
to the galleys.
Washing
Last place I saw
dishes.
both.
Yeah, Talia
Fingers,
came in, grabbed Vera. They ran out yelling about something or other,
at
and
some
you were
point
just
I'm like, well, whatever.
all right, I guess I'm cleaning up.
Yeah, and I sat there, like just imagine, like, big dude with an apron, like, washing dishes.
Okay.
Morthus,
Yeah.
I know you haven't known us long, but something has occurred, and based on certain things that you've said in our presence, perhaps you might not be entirely unfamiliar with this thing.
Apologies. You also found several other folded pieces of paper with the body.
Okay.
One addressed to Vera, one addressed to Morthus, one addressed to Cormier.
Oh, okay. I would have distributed them to. I would have given them Vera hers.
The Vera.
at least.
Okay.
The Vera, yes. You seem to have some sort of relationship with death, and I...
Yeah.
Oops, nothing for Morthus.
You admitted that quite frankly.
Yeah.
Something quite frankly beyond my experience has happened. Will you please go to our friend Lyra's cabin? Talia will be there. Perhaps you can understand what has occurred better than us.
Alright.
Please.
Take off the apron, drying my hands off, stacking plates and pots, and just kind of lumber down.
Before you go.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a life being transferred for another life?
In my experience with death, no. But, I mean, at this point, anything's possible, I suppose.
Be prepared for a shock.
Excellent. Alright. Gonna head on down.
Okay. So, sorry, correction. There's one for Vera, there's one for Cormier, and there's one for Elmania.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang. I go hunting for Cormier.
Morthus, you head down.
Okay.
And you walk in on a scene. There's some kind of spiral pattern drawn in blood that's been mussed and smeared all over the place. You immediately Are you proficient in religion?
No.
You recognize nothing.
You know nothing.
Off to the side, you see Lyra's body that is just covered in tiny writing. Just every inch of skin and clothing just covered in writing,
Nice
in
touch,
blood.
Beth.
You see
She made
lying
art
in a
for this.
hammock, Almania's body, now with skull reattached, also with just writing all over her scales, just every inch of it all in blood. Talia is there in a state.
Yeah, I'm weeping, and my hair, which I had tied up in a knot like I usually do in the morning, is like coming down, and I'm just like, I've got smears of blood smeared all over me.
This is...
Morthus.
Hi.
Spirit
What
found
the
you then.
fudge? Sorry.
I'm
for
not
just-
there. You're allowed
Holding
to say
for-
whatever
Sorry,
you need
religious
to say.
character.
Yeah.
Gotta.
What happened? Holy shit. What happened?
Well, Almania's alive now, but Lyra's not.
What?
Yeah, I don't know, I don't understand. I'm just an initiate. I don't understand anything that has really happened, but Lyra gave me this letter and said that she had given herself for Amania.
Okay.
And that there's hope for a friend returned, and hope for a life renewed, and hope for a world broken.
I don't understand what any of that means.
Well, our goddess is the goddess of hope. I don't know. I never asked. I'm sorry, I've been rude the whole time that I've known you.
I'm actually nice now.
It's
know?
not in my upbringing at all. I'm actually...
It's fine, I'm just trying to understand.
Our goddess, I don't know whom you worship, but...
Zetter, god of prophecy and fate.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, we can chat at some point, I suppose, but first what?
Lyra and I worship Illyriel.
Okay.
And she's the goddess of hope.
Okay.
She saved the world from a dark force many eons ago.
Okay.
Through an act of self-sacrifice, which Lyra apparently has performed here.
All right. This seems like it was... I, look at Lyra's body. Seems like it was extreme and,
What?
shouldn't have worked.
Perhaps.
But, I don't know why Almania is breathing.
Well, I mean, you can check for yourself. She's right there in the hammock.
Okay. All right.
And you carried her lifeless body, as did I.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were supposed to do with Lyra, though, because she had the spell that kept Almania from going to the undead, but...
Yeah.
Can you do that?
No, but I knew that we were gonna need that.
Perhaps we can find a priest in Westershire who can bring... No, that doesn't seem right, actually.
Look, if she's breathing, do we know... When you die, and your soul is separated from your body, how did she get the soul back?
I don't know. It was Lyra's sacrifice, perhaps?
Alright, yeah, this is far outside of my scope of understanding of death. This is a little insane, but alright. Alright, so have we talked to the dead person who is now alive?
No, she probably needs to sleep or something.
Okay. Alright, we will let the dead person who is now alive rest. How do we know...
Vera and I moved her into the hammock and she didn't wake up, so...
How do we know that she's not undead?
Does she look undead?
I don't know. A lot of weird things have been happening on this ship.
You would know that the undead do not breathe.
Okay. I'm not really I'm a priest for a god that literally 2 people know about, alright?
Well, so was Lyra.
No! Lyra has been spreading her religion.
But before a year ago, 1 person knew about Illyria.
Okay, so
if I knew about, I mean guessed about.
What are we supposed to do then? We are on this ship to raise your friend from the dead, and your friend has been raised from the dead, and we are still on this ship!
Almania just shoots up in the hammock and just looks at you guys with wild eyes. And Vera, you were going to go find Cormier.
I was. Only now I'm imagining now that Mary has to be Mel Blanc and play all the characters in the scene.
You have
Party.
both of those.
I do? Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, yes. One for me. Is Cormier still swearing at the foot of the stairs?
Yeah,
of the bridge?
you follow the sound of swearing.
Before we get on with this,
I need a little bit of context or some history rolls.
Okay.
At what point...
Did ship stop carrying grog?
No,
Sorry.
Ship's not carrying grog. Okay, whatever. I can get past that. A ship crewed by people from Onashire with the dead working the ship. Seems like that would have been something we would have heard about.
Absolutely.
So I've heard of this ship.
Oh, no.
No one in the crew seems to bat an eye that their dead comrades are working the lines with them?
None of them are interacting with the spectral figures.
Yeah, but they're not walking on deck going, "Fuck this captain."
Nope.
Do they look like they see them?
Oh yeah, no, they see them and they are avoiding them. But the figures are not the spectral figures of sailors. As far as you can tell, they are wearing no clothing, but they are featureless.
So
they are spectral humanoid shapes. Performing
not be the dead people at all.
menial ship tasks.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Yeah, automatons.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna skate right by this. You find me cussing on the deck.
Do I see the spectral figures?
You do.
Like, whoa. Whoa, have I ever seen anything like this before?
Would she have heard about this ship?
I've heard of the ship being the one ship that can cross, but my son said that they faked that.
I would say you and Gideon have seen some shit. You have seen ghostly figures before. They typically looked awful and had defined features and were rather violent.
Okay, so I've seen actual spectral undead before. Okay, so these don't give me the same vibe.
Well, they're not trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And you're not paying somebody to hunt them down.
No, I'm not.
So
Or doing it
you're a
myself.
bit outside your experience.
Yeah.
No, you have never heard of a ship crewed by spectral beings.
Yes.
Outside of creepy stories.
As of the rumor that we had heard earlier about this ship, so all we'd heard is there's one ship and one captain that can do that.
If you can find the right captain,
There's one.
there's one person who can get you across.
Yes. But when I was talking with my sons, didn't they say we started that?
They did.
Rumor? As in it wasn't true?
I'm sorry, I think it was Junior who told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Junior told you that the family started the rumor.
Curiouser and curiouser. So I'm, like, walking by spectral figures being like, okay, bigger fish to fry. And I go up to Cormier.
Fucking drowned gods, dead people. God!
He becomes Donald Duck.
I
feel like just cussing endlessly is poor form, so...
I'm not going to say good news or bad news. I have more news.
Yeah? Is it about the alcohol?
There's no alcohol involved.
Well then,
it's about
fuck it.
When you were by those dead sailors last night, you were upset.
Gee, what gave you that impression?
You wanted.
No grog in this goddamn boat. Generating
You
bullshit.
were upset over the dead, not upset over the grog.
Fucking people walking in front of her. I'm just watching one of the spectral figures.
See, I always thought, I'm looking at this too, I always thought dead was dead. I'm only on this ship because if I weren't on this ship, I would be at home in my kitchen being ignored by everyone I thought was supposed to look after me, okay?
Yeah, huh. Wonder what that's like.
I know.
Little pat on the head. God damn it.
I thought dead was dead, but dead is not dead, apparently.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I have a note for you.
Yeah, I have
which,
a note for you, too.
being me, I've already read.
Honey.
So, because Grace didn't read it. So, yeah. Lyra's done something drastic about Almania.
Yeah, fucking just watching the ghosts.
She left you this.
She hands you a folded piece of
Just
paper.
grab it in.
Almania's alive. Alive.
What?
Almania's
Yeah,
alive.
no, she's alive. Of course she's alive.
Almania.
What? Who? Yeah, no, I saw her in the cabin last night. It's fucking... Oh.
You saw her alive in the cabin?
Yeah, no, we talked. It's fine. It's just...
Inside check.
Roll an insight check.
Where are my d20s? 13.
Yeah, I'm not being particularly deceptive about this. I'm not paying attention to you.
Okay.
Like,
Almania, the one we're here for.
yeah,
Skull
the one
Crush.
with all the vowels in the name.
Skull Crush.
Her.
Lyre Broken.
It's a fucking liar.
Pleasant Sings.
Pleasant little shitty. Pleasant. Get my hands in
Dragonborn, Blue.
Dragonborn. Is there Dragonborn on here too? Maybe they've got some.
I jump as high as I can, hit him in the face.
Roll an attack roll. With advantage, because he's not really paying attention to you.
It's gonna be really hard to miss.
What would I add to that? It's unarmed.
Strength.
Just your strength bonus.
Great. 13.
13.
Oops.
You jump up and kind of smack him across the armor on his chest, and there you go.
Sorry, second.
Fuck it.
Are you wearing your armor?
Yeah. I mean, where am I gonna
Almania,
live
Yeah.
Dragonborn,
Who?
died, skull crushed by a ghoul. You weren't
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I remember.
We're here for her, right?
We're here
She's
for
alive. She was once dead. She's alive.
something. Alive.
Yes, Lyra is dead. Please come with me.
Okay. I'll just toddle off. Why don't you just...
You're kind of looking over your shoulder.
Get down below deck, and I'll be like, what the fuck?
You look back in front to keep walking, and there's one of those figures right in front of you. You just kind of jump back and move around it and back down. Okay, we'll go ahead and pause there. When we come back, you guys will have a few minutes of conversation with Amanya before they show up. So join us again in 10 minutes, and we will see how much worse it can get.
Beth!
Always.
Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us again on Iconic Productions. It gets worse. Thank you.
I
Came up with the goddamn name. I
It's
should be able to
your
remember
name.
it. You be quiet.
Okay.
It's your fault.
Alrighty.
You do this.
When last we left off, Lyra had sacrificed herself in a blood ritual to attempt to bring Almanya back. And apparently it worked, as Talia and Morthus are standing in the room with Almanya, who just shot up in her bunk. Vera and Cormier are on their way, but before they get here, you guys have some time. I will, at this point, take over Morthus.
Okay.
You get to be Almanya again.
Woo!
Also,
Happy Beth.
there's this letter for Almanya.
Yeah, I would have.
From
I
Lyra.
would have given it.
You would have given it to her? Okay.
As soon as she said something, I'm like, Almanya. Oh my gosh, here,
I'm just breathing.
Almanya.
Look
Just
between her.
tears pouring down my face.
Who else is in the room?
Mortis.
It's just Lyra and, Talia and Morthus.
Okay.
And
Well,
Lyra.
And Lyra.
And Lyra, who's dead. But
And Lyra.
okay. Look back and forth between you and Morthus and say, hello, friends. Kind of like,
Are you all right?
awkwardly.
How do you feel?
hold on.
Just very confusedly reading.
Do you want me to read it to you?
No, I'm fine. It's fine. I have a wicked headache, though.
Do you want a health potion?
Sure.
Here you go.
Take it. Pop off
It's
the
just
cork, kind of awkwardly,
regular-
like,
Here, I'll open it for you.
okay. And down it, like, just, like, as though I'm doing shots, you know? Just
Okay.
down the entire thing.
Yeah.
Just a regular.
You're at full health.
Okay. What happened and where am I? Where are we?
We're on a boat.
Okay. Why are we on a boat?
Because we were trying to bring you back. And we...
Oh.
You remember we heard a long time ago about that person in Vreem that can bring people back from the dead?
Sure, yeah.
So we found a boat going to Westashire, and we got on it, because you were dead,
Okay.
and we were going to try to go to Vreem to find that cleric to bring you back.
Okay.
But Lyra brought you back instead.
Oh, how did she do that?
She didn't tell you in the letter?
No.
Almanya, as you look around the room, Lyra's body is laid
Okay.
out on the other side of the room, and there's just this what was once a finely written spiral all around the floor has now since been smudged and trod on and whatnot. And you see all kinds of writing all over your arms.
Okay. Huh. All right.
So, Illyria brought you back.
I guess she did. Who's Lyria?
Illyria.
Right,
goddess,
right,
Lyra's
right,
in
yes. Yes, the goddess, yes. Mm.
Okay, this is weird.
You talk to yourself sometimes. I wasn't going to say anything about it, but...
I was saying, you literally just brought that.
I just assumed control of Morthus, and already, like, his loyalty thing is just, like, going down. Look, man, you talk to yourself. Yeah, okay, but that's because he's actually here. This is...
But Almanya's right here.
This has not been done. This
is new.
Okay, Almanya, knew you for, like, half an hour. Really sweet girl.
Thanks.
No offense.
No, none taken.
This is just weird. You realize that, right?
I understand that it's weird, but you'll come to see the right of it in time.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna go take a walk around.
Right.
And you see him kind of grip his holy symbol and just look at you.
What?
She's not undead.
No, she's not. She can't be undead because of this spell that Lyra did, remember?
This is fucked up. I'm taking a walk. And he just kind of walks a little unsteadily out of the room.
Okay.
Just in time for Vera and Cormir. Well, Vera leading Cormir, who's vehemently cursing everything. Just kind of push into this room. So now you're all just crammed into this tiny room around a conscious Elmania. Blue scales covered in red writing.
Do you feel all
Hi.
right?
Yeah. Feel like a million gold coins.
What do you say? Can I read her arms?
Yeah.
Read my arms.
What did you say? It is, so you only recognize part of it. You can read all of the writing. You recognize part of it as verses from Almania's songs. You can read the rest of it, and it talks about Illyriel. You don't recognize where this came from, but it's just kind of talking about Illyriel and her sacrifice.
Can I quick turn around and look and see what Cormier's reaction is?
Look, she's alive. Can we go get something to drink now?
You don't have a problem with it?
It's the divine, man. You don't fuck with the gods. Welcome back.
Thanks.
You got any booze?
From the afterlife?
No.
Alright.
Don't think so.
Let me know if you need anything. I'm just
I
gonna
just-
head for the galley.
Okay.
So, a question, a point of clarification.
Yeah.
You've done magic.
Yeah.
You've done magic.
Yeah.
Lyra, quite clearly, has done spectacular magic.
Yes, she has.
Perhaps
Almania, can I see your arm? just
I'm
gonna
a
copy
fool,
that down.
but I thought
yeah,
magic
start
was
right.
magic. Is magic not magic?
Well, of course not. There's different schools of magic. There's different types of magic.
Oh.
I was working on the
Gods.
assumption that divine magic and arcane magic are well-known divisions of magic.
They are not well known.
At least not to me. I'm like off the street. I don't know.
To the studied,
People who know about magic know that.
right.
I don't know about magic.
Well, okay, no, it's not widespread knowledge. People are generally more comfortable around healers than they are around other types of casters, but it's still very much look, I'm coming here because nothing else has worked, so please heal me so I can never ever see you again. So, no, it is not widespread knowledge that there's divine magic and there's arcane magic.
But I know the difference.
Yeah,
you know the
I
difference,
because
yes.
of reasons. She knows. because
Are
of
you
reasons
proficient
I
in
know.
history or arcana?
Arcana.
Arcana, yeah, so you would know that there is a difference.
To me,
At
magic
several
is magic.
points, players and NPCs have referenced like their divine power as opposed to their arcane power.
Yeah,
Which is why I was just taking it as
the users of
knowledge.
it know.
Yeah, but if they're going around spouting that.
People don't tend to like to talk to them.
No, I'm talking about over the course of the time that we've played.
Yeah.
Total.
Oh, total.
Which
Yes.
is why I took this as just kind of
Yes.
rote knowledge.
First time in Westshire, though. Sorry, Anashire, though. Anashire's a little different.
Yeah, they hate necromancy.
Also, my world building has developed.
But to
He's
me,
been
a
doing a lot of
random
it.
Onashirian, it's sort of
I'm sorry?
to me as a random sample of an Onashirian who has no magic.
Yeah,
It's just
but
magic.
Would you
It's
have
like-
been during your smuggling? Would you have had to avoid things like clairvoyance?
That's
So
an
would you
interesting
know
question.
the difference between a divine
I
and an
think I
arcane
would
caster?
know. I would know some people are magic, but I don't think I would know
Fair.
where they're getting their magic.
Casters either work for you, and you don't care how it works. You get the results that you want. Or they suddenly found their
Good thing.
housing in their neighborhood untenable.
Fair. So I wouldn't necessarily know the difference between divine and
Not really.
I also don't care.
Nope.
It's like magic is magic. It's weird. It's useful, but it's otherwise weird.
Mostly.
Yeah. So Yeah, to clarify, you 3 do magic, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cormier clearly has a problem with your magic.
Yeah.
He just did not have a problem with this magic, which seems to me to be a lot stranger than anything I've ever seen you do.
He definitely blamed the...
Dead person rises.
Yeah!
He definitely blamed the blood altar thing that cursed him
That's what I
on my brand of magic,
thought.
too.
I thought, honestly, when I was bringing him here, I thought that there would be some explosion about this.
Well, I'm thankful that I
was expecting
drank
it.
that pitcher full of
Waiting.
whatever it was last night, or there may have been an explosion.
So what magic is this? What magic do you do?
I'm an arcane scholar. I learn by rote. Lyra had a connection with her deity, and she's given magic as a gift.
Why
I
do you
was
do
taught
magic?
to believe that is lesser magic, obviously, than what you can learn out of books.
Does this look lesser?
No.
Right. What do you do?
I don't really know.
You learn kind of like I do, don't you?
Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't badge her with a bunch of questions. She has just been dead.
I'm sorry. She wasn't just dead. I mean, people can come back from the dead.
Of course we know that. That's why we're on the ship, Mrs. Mayweather.
I didn't necessarily believe it.
Then why are you on this ship?
Until this
why
moment.
did you let us bring you into this much danger?
The alternative was less attractive. I didn't think it would... I guess I hoped it would work, but I didn't expect it to work. Miracles don't happen.
But she's the goddess of hope.
Cormier, you arrive on deck just in time to hear...
I was heading for the galley.
Oh, I'm sorry, you went to the galley.
Yeah,
Never
go
mind.
Swipe some fruit.
You don't hear shit. Continue.
She's the goddess of hope, Mrs. Mayweather, so miracles would happen if she wishes people to believe in her.
But I'm not very good at this. I should have looked. When Gideon died, I should have looked for a miracle. I didn't. I just took it because that's what happened.
I'm sorry.
He didn't have to die.
Mrs. Mayweather.
People
I'm so sorry.
don't have to die. I'm sorry.
Where are you here, Dice?
Not this. Not now.
What is it?
I hear dice.
I look at my arm. Is it pouring blood out? Because
No, in
Okay.
fact, the any evidence that you cut yourself is completely gone.
well, that's disappointing.
You remember I said I heard that in the Snowdrop Inn
Yes.
before you died, before the ghoul.
What?
I heard dice.
But yesterday when I was bleeding, you said you were having some sort of spiritual experience.
I was hearing dice. Oh, gods, if this is a god, I will kill you myself. Do you hear it?
Do I hear anything?
Roll a perception check.
That's the first non-sucky roll of the night.
Woo!
It still sucks.
I rolled a
but-
very
I was going to say the 19 was pretty good.
19.
12?
You got it.
You do hear temple sighted
Oh,
from outside on the deck. You don't hear Dice.
this is some you are arcane, you are whatever. What is this?
This?
Did I have any knowledge
This is...
I'm sorry.
of dice rolling in people's heads?
You know about Dice.
Yeah. I better know.
And you know about crazy people.
Okay.
This is a gift from Illyrio, is what this is. In
So
recognition of sacrifice.
It's divine.
Yes, of course.
Oh, it's louder.
And what are the dice rolls?
I heard them saying on deck that they can see the temple. Maybe we're near that monk place
There's
that Morthus talked
some-
about.
I have lived for over a century without needing gods, and now there are gods in my head. I'm going to go upstairs. Is it getting louder, or is it just... Can I localize anything?
Nope.
It's temple. I'll go upstairs to the deck.
Okay.
What
You
am
head
I
out
looking
onto
at?
deck.
Do you want
Cormier, were you doing anything
it's
particular
fine.
in the galley?
Go.
Or
Trying to make some prison
I'll stay
wine.
I
down.
just hate to leave her. She's kind of in a
So
delicate
high sugar
state.
things like
It's all right, go
oranges.
ahead.
no fruit.
How the fuck is there no fruit? Okay.
It's you.
I'm
you
losing my
We
shit.
haven't seen food in
God.
the city in months.
No.
You've got like the next best thing, like one step up from hardtack.
Okay.
Woo!
And
How long
water.
is this voyage?
It's been at this point about 24 hours.
No, how long is this voyage total?
You've never
The
asked.
projected. We were told at some point.
I
I've stayed with a mercenary for over a year that made the voyage.
And you never talked to him.
We talked about it, so I know about the Westshire mercenary groups.
Okay.
His voyage across the ocean wouldn't come up in casual conversation.
Really didn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I would like
I find
to.
some hardtack.
I would like to remind you that
I-
when you first met him, you literally just sat there and drank with him. You didn't say a
Yeah.
word.
You spent
I
a year
took
with
that as the
somebody.
general trajectory
fair.
of your relationship.
That's fair. I find some hardtack. I fucking put it back.
Josh,
Head upstairs.
I mean,
hang
it's
out
good.
on the port side.
It's high carb, so like it'll
It's not
ferment
sugar.
eventually.
Yeah, it
You
does
gotta
need
get
some
some
sugar.
sugar.
they all left the room. I'm alone in the room.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I just...
Oh my God, Almanya, you're back! This is weird.
They all ran off.
I'm sorry, Talia. When did you leave the room?
She just left to run
checked
after
in
her.
with her to see
I'm
if she was
sorry.
okay, and then I said I better not leave.
So Vera has a meltdown and leaves.
Yep. She ran after. I said it was fine. I'm going to start going through Almanya's stuff.
You go through all of Almanya's stuff.
And-
You find a broken lute. You
Okay.
find I don't have her sheet. You find a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Actually, I do have her electronic.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, like, if you were like Morthus still.
No, no,
What's
like, you
going
No,
on?
I'm going through Almanya's stuff.
More of this goes through all of Almanya's stuff.
He comes back in.
No, I'm going through all of Almanya's stuff, and I'm going to kind of mentally categorize everything and try and kind of piece together who Almanya is.
Oh, that's fair.
From what I can find.
Hey guys.
You find a lute. You find an entertainer pack, which I don't remember what specifically is in there.
There's disguisers and things like that in it.
You have a bee lyre.
Yeah, she
The
had
magical
two.
busking lyre.
Oh, that's the magical
fancy
busking lyre.
lyre.
Okay.
I love that lyre.
There's some kind of jar of oil. There's some kind of liquid inside. You smell it. It smells hearty and wonderful. You cork that again.
Okay.
Very nice, shiny short sword.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna
take that.
Very nice,
Immediately.
clean green cloak. Very warm.
Okay, putting that on too.
Oh, and you have another, and then you have some kind of oil that you recognize as something that you would apply to a weapon or armor. You're
Okay.
not sure what kind of oil, but you've got it.
Mm-hmm.
You find a components pouch. You don't require components?
No, I use
never
my
mind.
instruments.
You don't find that. Okay, yeah, that's what you find.
Oh, and my song.
Also, a suit of leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
You also find your song. Yes.
I'm gonna.
You find a bunch of sheet music.
Okay, I'm gonna read through a bunch of the sheet music, see if I can kind of figure it out. I'm not very musical, so I'm not really gonna be able to figure it out. But,
Memories
you know.
start to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if they're somebody else's, but they kind of slowly filter in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember writing it, and the music doesn't quite make sense. But you vaguely remember the lyrics,
Okay.
and occasionally just kind of the hint of an emotion.
Gonna kind of roll it up, stuff it in the bag. Just kind of sit there and think and process.
Talia, where did you...
I went after Vera because I
you went
was
after
worried
Vera.
about her because she freaked out.
Poor freaking Elmania. Back from the dead, and everybody just like, well, okay. Okay, so you go after Vera. As you both come out on deck, you can see coming up, you don't know how to really gauge distances on the sea or how quickly you're approaching it, but there is just this very large pillar of land that rises out of the sea, and the ship is headed straight towards it.
Yep, I'm still Talia. I just rolled again.
Okay.
That's great.
I was a 4 this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So a pillar, you were saying?
Yeah, massive, right? I mean, just imagine an island, but then just raise it up a bunch.
Do I still hear the bang dice?
You do.
Okay.
Mrs. Mayweather, please, can we just go back down? And I was worried about you because I didn't want you to do anything weird or rash. But
I'm fine.
I don't think we should leave Almania for very long. But she said to me that it was okay for me to come check on you real quick.
I'm fine. You go down and you speak with her. I just need the fresh air.
She'll make it all clear. I promise.
Hey, you two, where's that Morthus guy?
He left the cabin.
Yeah,
I don't.
We were in our cabin downstairs.
Well, shit. You see the captain. Big red beard.
I also look like Talia.
You also look
He's
like
never
Talia.
seen me.
Fair. Thank you for reminding me. Who are you?
My friend.
Oh crap!
Companion.
Yeah, I came on board with them. Kind of kept a low profile.
Yeah, I didn't see you then.
No, I'm good at that.
Yeah, I don't remember giving you permission to be aboard my ship.
You did. She was simply another guise.
I promise I'll explain it all to you really soon.
Not really going to have the opportunity. We'll be there in about an hour. I don't know why I'm looking at my wrist. He doesn't have a watch.
He has a sundial.
Sundial. Want to buy a sundial? No. But, young man, could you please tell me, what is that?
It's been a while since I've been called young. This is... All right, yeah. What was that?
Someone said that is a temple.
Yes.
Where are we landing?
Well, you're going to find that out.
Well, I think Morthus said that he was taking us to the place where the monks were.
Can't get the ships. Can't get the ship terribly close. So you all, my recently hired security team, are hopping on a longboat and heading on over. We've only got one left, so have fun. Take that Morthus fellow guy with you. He said he knew somebody here. And see if we can figure out a way to get supplies from the monks and on board.
That's what you want.
Yes,
what you would
yes,
like us to
yes,
do.
of course. We'll look
Yes,
for the
of
monks.
course.
Supplies. The supplies, yes.
That's what your Morthus friend told me.
Yeah, of course.
Is that not true?
Will be done. No, that will be done.
Absolutely
I'm
true.
clarifying
Morthus doesn't always discuss all of his plans with us.
Roll my
Then we
dice.
all
There we
discuss
go.
any of
I was
your plans
rolling
with
them
Morthus,
threateningly.
so, you know, leave the poor guy.
Okay.
I love him.
Can we please equip ourselves before we get into this longboat, which you speak?
And could I talk to
We've
the
got
first
an
mate
hour,
at some
and
point?
I'm not taking any of your possessions.
Thank you.
Could I talk to the first mate? Is that possible?
She did request to see my friend.
Sure. You're welcome to find her.
I got a lot on right now. Okay. I will go
Anyway,
take care of
1
Almania.
hour.
I'm fine.
Get your stuff, get your Morthus guy, get on the boat, and get us some supplies from those monks. In the meantime, we'll try to make sure that nothing else tries to eat my ship.
Well, you have a wonderful method of repairing your ship that's very impressive.
Indeed.
Please tell me you did that.
I needed to burp, and then I was just like, oh, no, this works.
It's very
Thank you.
impressive.
And he walks away.
I'd love to talk to the helmsman sometime.
Listen, I'm fine. I had a moment. I'm going to go down and get my equipment and speak to Almania and maybe find Morthus. You go speak to the first mate.
Okay. Do I have the hat on?
No. Yes.
I narrated you grabbing your stuff as you found the letter in the first place, so you would have it on you.
Okay, I'll just go. No, I won't. Not yet. I'll just look around. Is anybody on the deck?
There are lots of people on deck.
Is there anybody
There are
of
also
importance?
spectral figures carrying bundles of rope and moving things around and adjusting ropes and getting the longboat
weird.
ready. It's very weird.
Is you-know-who anywhere on the deck?
He is not.
Excellent.
Hopefully you say you-know-who as though we don't know who you're talking.
You must not be named.
Yeah.
I will go in search of the first mate.
Did you disguise yourself?
No, because she saw me as Talia last when I asked to talk to her.
Okay. Yeah, you eventually managed to find her. Almanya, everybody just abandoned you.
I'm going back down to her.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
I'm collecting all of Almanya's things and stowing them inside of her bag. Kind of inspecting the loot. And, like, trying to kind of piece together what exactly happened and why it's shattered.
Vague memories start to come back. Give me just a D100 roll real quick.
Okay. 83.
Okay, cool. You are not afraid of ghouls.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, memories start to come back. You remember vaguely what happened. Nothing after you died. You died and then you suddenly woke up.
Interesting. Huh. Alright. Keep on collecting my things, reading through the sheet music, kind of just... Oh, and looking through Almanya's, like, her journal is mostly filled with songs, but there's also kind of some writing, like, reading through that, trying to kind of get as much information as quickly as I can.
Yeah, you do that. It's got just a brief account of various events over the last year.
Okay.
A lot of it you don't remember. A lot of it is just kind of this vague memory, just kind of impressions here and there.
Interesting.
You remember somewhat the coming of Celosphere, the Red Moon. Okay. But you don't really remember the details of what was happening there. Horace, the name Horace, just kind of registers as awful and hideous and wrong and everything about it.
The worst person in the world.
You can't really figure out why. As you hold the lute, though, I'm sorry, the lute broke.
It's a broken lute.
So the lyre, as you kind of hold the lyre, and you kind of you play with the strings a little bit.
It's very fumbly.
There's no familiarity whatsoever.
Okay.
You do not remember how to do this.
I'm looking at the music and trying to play, and I have these big old dragon claws, and I'm trying to make them work, and it sounds atrocious.
Yeah.
It sounds
not
really
that you
bad.
would be able to tell. But
yeah.
You're pretty sure you're not making the sounds that you
Yeah, it's a awful,
to.
twangy.
You're sure it'll come back in time.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I hear her as I approach?
Yeah, it's bad.
I walk
It's okay. Bad.
Just kind of jump a little bit, like, oh, hello again.
So pause right there. Cormier, you were trying to make prison wine. You were unable to find anything really to make it out of.
Bathtub gin.
Are you doing anything in particular?
It's not really going to be a whole lot to talk about. I'm going to go sit up on the port side of deck and just kind of keep an eye on these ghostly figures.
Okay.
Very sketch.
They appear to completely ignore you.
Yeah.
Totally unaware of your presence. They walk right past you, carrying things. And it looks like when a task is finished, they just kind of vanish. And you'll see another one kind of walking off doing something else. Just keeping an eye on.
Yep.
Okay.
Just waiting.
Just double birds the whole time.
Yeah,
just kind of
grumbling under my breath.
All right.
Cool. Every now and then, huh?
One of the crew kind of starts to walk over to you, holding
there's a spider!
holding a couple of mugs, and just kind of.
God, sorry, it's red. Never mind.
You continue to curse and mutter to yourself, and he kind of walks towards you, and then just kind of veers off in a different direction. Okay, so I'm sorry. You two are in the cabin.
I-
You're going for Shilrana.
Bad music.
So split you two.
Again.
Almania.
Yeah.
You were playing.
Oh, trying to. I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Right. I'm sure it will. Do you know who I am?
It's really fuzzy. No, I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm Vera.
Oh.
Vera Mayweather.
A flood of impressions and memories just kind of start to run through. Not a lot to grab onto. But
Okay.
you know her?
Okay. Right, Vera. Vera, of course. Yeah.
And, you have a brother?
Oh.
Whom you're very fond of, as I recall.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember him? He's very
Where-
clever.
I don't remember her brother.
Clever.
Sure.
You've got a father?
Uh-huh.
Large, silver, brotherhood to me.
Uh-huh.
Perfectly honest.
Oh, you know us Dragonborns.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll come back to you. I mean, you seem
yes.
very important. I mean, your family was very important.
Oh,
I
I know, it's just being brought back to life thing. Everything gets a little
It's
scrambled, I suppose.
shocking to all of us. Believe
Mhm.
me, I'm sorry. We'll figure it out.
All right.
I'm sure.
Good.
Is Lyra's corpse still in this room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys have done nothing about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I've
know.
arranged it nicely where
I'm
she's just
going
like
to
laying
walk
Sure.
over to
But
it.
yeah.
But also, you don't have anybody to cast.
No, I know. We already said
Preserve
that.
Corpse.
To walk over to
Gentle repose.
Yeah.
Have we on our hammocks or in any of the beds here? Do we have sheets?
No.
No.
I mean, you have what Almani was wrapped in, though.
True.
I mean, going about the ship and being on the deck and looking out, it should be bitterly cold, and it's not. It's not warm, but you're not chilled.
I'll take the shroud that Almani was in and cover Lyra.
It was a bed sheet from Sanville.
It might
Yeah.
have been. Which means it's
Which
high
means
thread
it's
count. I was gonna
fantastic.
say.
High
That-
quality.
Red
yeah,
count
Egyptian
is just
Yeah.
amazing.
Feels so nice.
So I'm gonna put it over her, and I'm not gonna take the knife out. So I'll leave that.
Okay.
Almani, do you remember Lyra?
What remember?
When you hear the name, impressions,
Okay.
some memories, yeah, you know her. You remember some things that you guys have done together.
A little bit.
I don't know if this makes sense. Recently dead? I don't want to put her in the ocean.
I mean, that is what you do with the dead on the boat,
But we're
isn't it?
oh Lord. Dead gods. Anyway. I don't want to put her in the ocean.
Okay.
The captain has just requested that we all go to land. We're an hour away from land.
Oh, okay. That's
I
nice.
don't know
Get
if
off
you
this
have
boat.
insight to this, but I want to take her with us and put her in the ground.
Oh, we don't put dead in the ground. What do I know about death and burial? Do I know anything?
Yeah, you don't bury the dead, you burn them.
Okay.
Otherwise they
never
rise
mind.
as the
Normally
undead.
we set the dead on fire.
Not a good place to do that on a boat, so take her to the land and do something proper.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
But I don't want to put her in the ocean.
Okay. All right. I don't know how you're going to convince a captain to do that.
Well, we don't have to tell him everything, but I can't lift her. Can you lift her? We've wrapped her up properly.
Can I?
We know
I'm
someone
not
who can.
super tall. Yeah, my strength is 0.
Well, mine is -1.
Your strength is +0.
Sorry,
It's
yes.
your modifier.
My strength is 10 with a plus
I have
0.
-5.
You're average.
Don't we have a
Right.
big, strong friend
We
who
do.
was standing in
We
this
do.
room?
I
2 big, strong friends.
oh,
Forgive me.
None of them are in the room, though.
Who were standing in the
Who
room.
were standing in the room, yes.
Standing in the
gods.
room.
Dead gods are dead. Sorry.
Well, clearly the dead aren't dead because I'm here.
Oh. My life has just become so much more confusing.
Oh, you're telling me?
Yes. Sorry. I'm going to lay out Lyra properly, and perhaps we can take her ashore and do what needs to be done.
All right.
But in the meantime, we do need to leave.
All right.
I start to prepare the body as best I can and wrap her up. To become
you might want to take the dagger out.
No, you stay.
I think it might be part of what is keeping you alive. It's
the dagger inside of her.
The symbol, as far as I can tell, that she used to wear was a heart pierced by a dagger. I don't...
All right. Okay. We can leave the dagger in.
So I wrap her up.
You tend to the body. Talia, you go look for Shilrana. Okay. You find her just sitting at a table poring over a book.
Kindred spirits. I like it. Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Did we introduce properly? I'm, Talia.
Is that your name?
It is my name, yes. You may also know me as Tobias when I boarded this ship.
Yes, because that's what you told me. Got on.
Yes,
So
sorry about that.
You are familiar with the arcane?
Yes. Somewhat. To some extent. I actually, it's a little bit complicated. You see, I was this unfortunate turn of circumstances and coincidences that have brought me here on the same boat as my master, and that is why the disguise. He would not be pleased. He would assume that I followed him here, and I of course didn't. It just, there was only one boat leaving, and I honestly didn't expect him to be on it.
You are a ward of Kelfir, then?
No longer. I was his student, yes, but I have lost that privilege.
Now you're hiding from him.
Yeah, he said he would kill me.
Decent reason to hide.
Yes, I thought you might see sense. Oh my goodness, there was so much I was going to talk to you about, but some of it is irrelevant now. So, what do you do? You're also a talented user of the arcane arts, yes?
You didn't come here to talk to me about what I do.
What do you think I came here for?
I don't know.
Well, I hoped you could keep my secret and help me out a little bit, and maybe vouch for me with the captain. And, I wondered if you might have any extra paper. I seem to have, some of mine has had an unfortunate accident.
Of course. You may have paper.
You're not
Why?
looking for a student, are you? I'm very quick.
I'm sorry?
Well, I just thought if we're on the boat for a while, maybe I could learn from you. There's always new things to be learned.
Quality valued in a studier of the arcane is focus, and you seem to be jumping around quite a bit.
That's a familiar rebuke. I apologize. It has been rather a crazy day. I wonder if I might... Could I tell you a terrific tale that may not be readily believed?
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm scared of all of my dice.
Mine'll suck. I can't load you any.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Just, be thankful that, the role-playing episode is the one where all of the crappy dice get rolled.
21.
21. Okay. Tell me this story.
Insight check. How does she seem? Does she seem sincere? Does she seem irritated with me? Does she seem like she's the sort of person who's gonna, like, is this a familiar sense that I get from her?
Roll an insight check.
Thank you. That sucked. 9.
9? Hard to read?
Yeah.
She said tell her the story.
Right.
She could, the moment you start telling it, say, no, I wasn't serious. Get out of here. You're really not sure.
Okay. Well, you may have noticed we brought a corpse with us on board.
Yes. You know that I'm not a teacher of the necromantic arts.
I would certainly hope not. I'm not interested in that in any form.
That is not what you seek from me.
No. Absolutely not.
Roll a persuasion check.
Abhorrent to me. 6.
Okay.
Being perfectly honest.
All right, tell your story. Yeah, but to convince her of that.
Right.
Have we brought a corpse on board? I want to be your student.
Well. Oh dear.
I must say, this story has consisted only of context which I already know and heavy sighs.
My friend, Lyra, is a priest. She performed a ritual last night and brought the corpse of the Dragonborn that we brought on board. Is alive, as you and I are, not in any form of undead. However, they merely switched places. And it's going to become quite obvious in an hour when we all board that longboat for the island. So there's no point in beating around the bush.
Stay here. She gets up and walks out.
Oh dear.
Are you staying there?
Yep.
Okay. Elmanya, are you staying in the room?
Yep, I'm still there.
Vera, are you on deck at this point?
No, I was preparing the body.
You're preparing the body. Okay. You prepare the body, and you sit there, kind of on the bunk, staring at Elmanya. Elmanya's just kind of sitting there?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking kind of uncomfortable. For a little while. Just this awkward, drawn-out silence. Before suddenly the door just kind of bursts open, and this tall woman dressed in the robes of similar design, different colors, different symbols, etc., as Talia.
I don't wear robes.
I'm sorry, you don't wear any robes. I'm gonna...
That was so great.
And
I
another
don't
sticky
wear
note.
robes.
Just gonna write myself a sticky note. I've got
Don't yell.
10 at the point?
Nice.
At this point? No robes.
I'm gonna get it on a t-shirt.
I wear no robe.
I don't wear robes.
Right there. Okay. You don't recognize the robes she's wearing. Never seen anything like them.
I don't recognize this woman at all.
Yeah, she walks in, stands directly in front of you, and you can see fire just dancing from fingertip to fingertip.
Whoa.
Hello.
Young lady.
And how are you doing?
This is our friend who was dead and is not anymore.
She stares at the large symbol on the floor that she's now trodden on.
Beautiful, huh?
Takes a step out of it, kind of kicks some of the blood off of her boots. What's your name?
Elmanya.
What is the last thing you remember before you died?
What is the last thing I remember before I died?
Mostly a ghoul.
Okay. There was a ghoul and a dark room And...
She suddenly has a hand just, like, on your face.
Okay.
And suddenly your eye is just being pried wide open. Her face
That is
kind
where
of
she-
right
Well,
there.
that's
That's where she
slightly
died. She was killed by a ghoul in a dark room. I was there.
Hello. Like what you see.
Almania's back, baby.
And before you died, nobody gave you anything suspicious to eat, to drink.
No, I was at an inn, I think.
Snowdrop in.
Thank you. The Snowdrop Inn. Probably ate something. Don't quite remember. Coming back from the dead's a bit of a fuzzy experience.
She walks out of the room.
Okay.
Just pivot, leave.
Okay. Huh. There's lovely people on this boat.
I was looking at the book after she
No, she's got.
Damn it.
Lovely people we meet on this ship, huh?
I think they're worried that you're something worse than you are.
What could possibly be worse than me?
5 minutes later, she strides right back into the room with a plate of food
Ooh.
and just kind of shoves it into your chest. Eat it.
Okay. Well, who might say no to dinner?
Don't mind if you
Scarf it
do.
down. Kind of awkwardly, I'm like,
It's
my
really-
mouth is
it's
way bigger than I
really-
remember.
I don't think that I have had this experience, but I imagine it would be extraordinarily awkward to be eating a plate of food while somebody is sitting there going,
It is. I have had that experience. It's really weird.
why have you had that experience? Never mind. Just watching you the entire time.
Open my mouth, realize my mouth is way bigger than I remember it being. Kind of like, but could still like, it's good. Compliments to whoever your chef is.
She reaches out and just kind of grabs your wrist. Drops it and leaves the room.
Ha! I love these people.
You do know what it is to be undead?
I've never been undead before.
No, and you're not. You're
Yeah.
proving it right now.
It's great.
You're not dead, not undead.
Mm-hmm.
Not dead is alive.
Yes. I am alive. Cheers.
Talia. About 10 minutes after she leaves you. She walks straight back in, sits down. Start over.
A long time ago, before the world was even as it is now, when the gods still walked among us. And I'll just tell her the entire story of Illyrio that Lyra has shared with me.
Okay.
And then I will show her the letter from Lyra and explain that this is a miracle that has happened, and it shows us that there is hope in the world.
Roll a persuasion check.
Why do you keep making me roll dice?
Big money, big money, big money.
Because, I mean, I could roll an
switching
insight
again.
check for her, but it would just be more fun for you to roll a persuasion
11.
check. 11?
It's better than a 10.
Alright, I don't know what you guys are pulling.
I'm not pulling anything. I swear to you, I'm honest. Upon the good name of my father and of my mother. My father's well known in the city. He's a scribe.
Look, you've already disguised yourself and lied to me.
It
You
wasn't
brought-
personal.
And you brought a corpse on board. And there's still a corpse. So, I don't know what game you're trying to pull.
There is no game, I swear.
But know that should you, or any of your friends, attempt to hinder us in this mission, there will be nothing left of you.
We will not hinder you. We have every desire to do the same things that you are doing.
Good.
We wish to help, just as you wish to help.
See that that is evident in all things that you do.
Okay, slight hiccup. Do you happen to have any form of something on board that might calm down a man who's used to being in his cups all the time? And if you don't, I recommend that you stay away from him. And I'm not responsible for anything he does.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Dealt with such men before.
Okay.
A large stick and some fire tends to...
He hates magic.
Perfect.
A
He will
stick
hate
and
it
some
more.
fire.
Well, you know,
Now,
that's
is
kind
that
of...
all you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, I mean, obviously I would love to sit down and compare notes with you at some point and discuss research and scholarly things.
You see a look that you've seen many times on Kelthier's face.
I know, the irritated professor doesn't have time for the student.
She's clearly not Kelthier. But the suspicion, the paranoia, the I've worked hard for these secrets, right? Why do you want them? That look comes over her face.
Don't you think that what we can do could bring good back into the world? Perhaps combat some of this evil that is constantly badgering us.
I am not confident I know what it is that you do.
I see things sometimes in my dreams. And sometimes they tell me to step this way or that at just a certain time and avoid a blow. Or sometimes I am able to redirect the other's aim so that it strikes off the mark when it would have struck true.
That is a useful talent.
That is my specialty.
I am afraid I do not trust you.
Understandable, that's fair. I see that. You must understand, though, that I only came under these false pretenses to save my friend and my own life. He's a hard man.
I will not betray your secret to your erstwhile master.
Thank you. I will do anything you require of me.
Do everything to ensure that we survive this journey.
I will. I will do my
Return
utmost.
to Westchester, and perhaps trust can be built.
Yes, I will do my utmost. I'm quite good at mundane tasks, too, if you ever need someone to catalog things for you. I have a lot of experience. I could provide references in a better time, but not, obviously, now. I'm very handy.
Indeed. When we reach Westchester, you will have your paper.
Thank you. You're very good.
Know that I will be watching.
Now meet. I'm going to change
Now
before
cover
I go
yourself
out.
up. Now. You use the hat.
And I'm Tobias again.
And you're Tobias again. She kind of brushes you away, and as you leave, she's just sitting there with her elbow on the table. Just deep in thought.
Trying to be a good missionary.
At this point, various sailors
Evangelist.
and crew members corral you guys to the deck. And there's a large longboat there. And you arrive just in time to see them lowering it down into the water, and the captain is standing there. Yes.
Can we take Lyra's corpse? Can we take Lyra's corpse
Onto
with
the
us?
island?
Yes, that was my intention.
Are you carrying the corpse?
I can't.
Well, where's Morthus? Morthus can carry it.
I was
You guys
going to
asking
find
Morthus
somebody
to carry
else.
it?
Yeah.
All right,
Morthus.
Morthus shows up carrying
My
Lyra's
favorite
corpse.
boy.
I don't want to put her in the water.
And the captain is standing there. All right. So, you, looking at Morthus, who's now an NPC, and I realize that now I have to talk
The good old Mel Blanc style.
All right, you said you know someone here. Use that. Get us the supplies we need. Move on to Westchester. Don't piss them off.
We're the best at not pissing people off.
I doubt they've got everything we need. but it'll be something. Why are you bringing that? Morthus goes,
Has he not mentioned the blue
I
elephant in the
wanted
room?
me to carry.
We'd like to conduct a funeral. I'd like to conduct a funeral for her on land rather than putting her in the water. Is that amenable to you?
I mean, I don't know.
Sir, you know that we're supposed to burn the dead instead of burying them, right?
Who's that?
Hi.
How many people did you sneak on board? Just...
Don't worry, I'm new. You're fine.
No, we did bring you.
I'm new to
first
them.
time.
Oh, she was wrapped up, though.
Yeah.
That's
yes,
fair.
he has never seen her before.
I'm new, it's fine. Don't worry.
Quick arithmetic.
I'm leaving.
If you count, we are the same number of people
Get in
that
the
you
boat.
met on board.
Just get in the boat.
Let's get in the boat.
All right, we'll track down those supplies for you, Captain.
What supplies is it that you need?
Food. Okay.
Fair.
That's what we've come for. That's what we need. I don't know how you're going to load it, but we've got barrels and crates here. So whatever you can bring back.
Good.
Get in the boat.
Get in the boat.
If she doesn't come back, that's fine.
Oh, she'll come back.
Oh, this will be fun.
Just great. Just
You know, she can sing, too.
get in the boat.
Let's get in the boat.
Yeah, you guys all climb down the side of the ship into the boat. There is one sailor in the boat to row it for you.
Oh, a real sailor?
Yes.
Just to free Cormier on board.
And you can see, you guys are close to the island now. It rises 150, 200 feet almost straight out of the surf. The sides are almost straight up. It's just this strange, aberrant outcropping. As you get closer, as the sailor rows you to the island, I guess, you can see the very beginnings of a trail that starts right at the shoreline and just kind of winds its way up, and then you lose track of it as it rounds a curve. He rows you over about as close as he can get, and you guys have to jump out and basically swim about 10 feet.
All right.
So you hop out, you make it ashore, all covered in... I'm sorry, I forgot to mention.
Of seawater.
The moment you guys got out of the ship
Cold.
into the boat and got about 15 feet away,
Freezing.
the cold hit you, and it is freezing. In the 10 minutes that it takes him to row you there, I was going to say, do any of you have beards?
No, I've got scales.
No.
Scales? You're really uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's
Poor
upsetting.
little cold-blooded
This is the kind of cold where, a minute in, the snot is freezing in your nose.
That was like the other morning when I was doing traffic.
When you breathe in an icicles
it was-
form,
Yeah.
you start coughing
It was
immediately.
awful. You guys are kind of looking at each other, shivering in your winter clothing. You can see kind of the frost on your eyebrows. Were you going to say something?
Carry on.
So, you guys pull yourself onto this path, dripping wet in freezing water. Everybody roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Again, with the dice. Why? Why do we have to roll dice in this game? It's not fair.
23.
Ooh, okay.
12.
12? What is it?
16.
16? 5. You two are okay. You two have 1 point of exhaustion. Disadvantage on ability checks? Is that what it is?
Yep.
You guys are freezing, and all of your limbs are trembling, and it's awful.
I'm really beginning to hate being cold. A lot.
It is, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, the first day of the last month of winter.
Nice.
We spent all of the last campaign in winter. We just want to clarify.
We've never played any other season but winter. What month is that, DM?
It is the first day of the slaughter at Ken Ebna, of the month of the slaughter at Ken Ebna.
Slaughter at
Ebma.
Ken Edma.
Ebma. Sorry.
All the names are so happy.
I have a calendar here somewhere.
Oh, Kid Edna.
Ken Ebma.
Ken Ebna.
The next month is the month of candles.
Oh, that's slightly happier.
Yeah.
Also known as the month of storms.
Nope.
Less happy?
Bring it up. Bring it up. What else?
Because it gets worse.
Every month
Change
just gets
that.
worse and worse and worse.
Change it. It's better.
Oh, credits.
Okay. As you guys wind up this path, I need a marching order. Who's in front?
I'll be in front.
Well, I think
Almania's
Morthus should go in front because he knows where he's going.
Right, but he's
true.
also caring about
Right,
it.
he
Nah, I'm
told
going
us.
to be in front.
Okay.
Almania's in front. Who's
Morthus
next? Morthus? Okay.
I'll be next.
Is it wide enough we can walk abreast, or do we have to be single file?
No, it is single file.
Okay.
And it is
Narrow.
treacherous.
I'll go right behind Vera.
I'll go behind Morthus.
Vera, Talia, Cormia, that puts you in back.
It does.
I will shift. I'll just kind of squeeze off to the side and let.
So you guys are already on your way on this
Okay.
path.
Fine.
Almanius.
Nice. Very
Almania Morthus Vera.
very
Talia,
Greco-Roman.
Cormia. Okay. The path starts narrower and just gets narrower. I'm sorry, starts narrow and gets narrower. Whew.
It's fine.
Good job.
I'm little.
40 minutes.
Good job. You got this. I believe in you.
Every time there's a patch of ice, you have to be very careful. And eventually it kind of rounds a curve where you basically have to just flat body against the cliff face and just inch your way. You're basically standing on a ledge. The water is 30 feet below.
Should have finished copying that spell. Oh well.
Everybody,
Being little.
Oh dear.
Make a dex.
everybody makes an acrobatics check.
Heaven.
How am I doing this?
This is
God
dreadful.
damn, 21.
21.
Yeah.
You're doing fine.
7.
7.
4.
4.
8.
Cool.
Does it help that I'm little?
Well, Morthus is going to use his reaction to try to grab Vera. Who rolled below an 11? Who else was it? So you and you, both plummet.
I have a scroll of Featherfall, but it galls my very soul to use it right now.
Is it? Can you cast it with a reaction?
Yes, that's the casting time of Featherfall.
Is it really?
Reaction.
Cool. Are you going to use it?
Do it.
You're falling
I
off
won't
the cliff
ever
face.
be able to use it again.
Mm-hmm.
Find another copy.
I will use the scroll of Featherfall to keep us from falling into the...
Oh, can you cast it on multiple people?
Yeah, it's like...
Is it touch?
Oh, isn't it a radius?
It's a radius, I think. Hang on, let me
Right.
look at
Morthus is going to try to grab you.
it.
What was your fail? What'd you
8.
roll a total of? 8. Okay, cool. You just slip on a patch of ice and fall right off the
60
cliff, and
One
he just
target.
reaches back
Yep,
and
it's
grabs
one target.
5.
and catches
5
you.
falling creatures in range.
Oh,
North is
yeah.
my boy.
Okay, so you hit both of you?
Yeah, I hit... Yeah, I mean, I can hit all of us,
Okay.
because it's 60-foot radius.
You guys start to fall gently, and you manage to kind of grab onto the cliff face and climb your way back up. Okay. As you guys all gather yourselves...
to use a spell scroll.
So a moment of terror as both of you start to plummet. You manage to catch both of you. You climb back up onto the ledge, and you slowly sidle your way on until the path widens just enough for single file again. At which point, you round another curve, and a massive wave slams into the cliff below you and just rockets up. You are all soaked again. And I need everybody to roll a strength saving throw.
Sweet.
18. I'm sorry.
Jesus, Vera! Roll a different die!
I've been rolling different die every time.
Use this one. It's really good.
18.
18.
17 minus 1 is 16.
16. 5. Cormier?
4.
4.
No, 5.
5. Morthus is going to attempt to catch Vera again. Because you just can't stop. Well, okay. That was my last D20. Jesus.
There's 2 of them by my
Here
feet.
you go.
Get his
Am I
back.
handing me that again?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We all just reach out to hand.
Okay.
Well, if I copied the spell in my book, I could have cast it again
Morthus.
Cormier, but
Comes with me.
No, but he's gonna lose his backpack.
Oh no!
And
So-
the corpse?
I'm sorry?
What does he lose? The corpse or his
No,
backpack?
he manages to hold on to the corpse. So he basically just kind of falls down and sticks his leg out to catch you, and you kind of hold onto it, and you both start sliding towards the edge. And he kind of, he rolls... Oh my god, how would you even do this? Kind of pulls out of the backpack, kind of pops the body back onto the trail, and manages to just grab onto the ledge. So you're holding onto his leg, he's holding onto just the very edge of the trail. Talia, you are the only person in position to catch Cormier.
well, I will certainly try.
Okay. You may use your reaction to just make a strength or acrobatics check. No, just a strength check.
Those are so good for me.
I know.
So I just wanted to go on record that I've already saved Cormier once, and
Yep.
I'm attempting to save him again.
Yep.
Can we do a passion roll for that?
10? Okay. You can grab him, but you're going to have to lose something.
Yeah, Talia can't do that, so...
She tried to save him. Well, okay, but now you have a second choice, I guess. So you reach out, you grab, you grab for Cormier, and your pack kind of gets stuck on the wall behind you. You reach for him. What do you want to do?
Is there a way I can shrug out of my cloak to try to balance?
Cloak is not a significant hindrance to you at the moment.
No, but, like, the pack and the cloak are attached, so, like, try to...
I see.
To,
Okay, so you're
lose-
shedding the pack.
Yeah, sure.
You manage to shrug out of the pack and leap just in time to help him as he's starting to slip, and you manage to stabilize him before he actually falls off the cliff. But your pack kind of lands on the edge and then slips off. Drops down into the water below. This is not going well, guys.
Yeah, we know.
You guys continue along the trail. It is climbing slowly upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you guys kind of get the sense you are moving just basically around the edge of this entire island.
Mm.
The climb is very, very gentle. You're still only about 40 feet above the waves.
Mm.
When you come to another curve that's even tighter than that first one. So you guys are again going to have to sidle. Sidle along.
What do we roll?
It's another acrobatics check.
18.
Take this back.
Is it not doing well?
9.
9 total? 18?
18.
Dude, Almania.
I know.
13.
I don't know
Dirty
how
20.
I keep doing.
Dirty
well.
20. Morthus or Talia, well, Morthus and Talia can both make attempts to grab Vera before she
I will
slips
grab-
off the cliff.
Yeah. I will assist Morthus in trying to grab Vera.
Strength or athletics? I'm sorry, strength or... No. Yeah, strength or... I'll give you strength or acrobatics.
I'll do acrobatics.
Okay.
4.
Okay. You, again, try to grab Vera, who slips kind of right in front of you. These are dex checks. You should be good at them. Morthus just manages to grab her as she falls off the cliff. And, actually...
I love that Jocasta did this in
No,
the middle
I was
of the
trying
night
to help him.
perfectly.
Josh, I was helping him.
She did say assist.
I said I
so
was helping
it would
him.
be a straight roll. I was going to give him disadvantage because he's carrying also
I
the
said
body
I was
of Almanya,
helping him.
which if he fails again is the next thing to go.
Lyra, not Almanya.
Lyra.
So okay, with his straight roll, he manages to grab Vera and pull her back up onto the trail. You guys continue along just this very narrow trail, continuing slowly up. You are all shivering. Roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I should have been rolling all those with disadvantage, but it wouldn't make a difference anyway. 'Cause
Why?
I'm exhausted.
That's ability checks. These are saving throws. Well, I guess the acrobatics would be with
I failed
disadvantage, but
anyway.
you failed them all anyway. So
So what are we rolling now? Sorry.
another con save
Not the best.
19.
because you're
13.
soaking.
Can
You are
reroll that.
exposed to the winds. 13?
13.
13?
Okay.
Cormier?
Lucky.
Below
It's not a
any
1.
reasonable
Oh, it wasn't a 1?
DC.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought it was.
Vera?
9. Jeez. I've
Talia?
given you all my
She got a
dice.
19.
Talia got a 19?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody but Talia gains another level of exhaustion.
I only have one.
I think your speed is halved now?
Yep.
Yep. Well, those of you who have 2, that is.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's Morthus. Okay.
Oh, you tell.
Morthus, as he's just kind of walking along, who's right behind him?
I am.
Vera, Morthus suddenly stops, and you kind of run into him and look up, and he's just looking up, and he shoves you back and then dives forward and goes, "Look out!" And this massive icicle, about 6 feet long, just smashes right where he was standing.
Good job, Morthus.
You and Morthus will each take... go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. You can do it. I believe in you. I, over here, have only rolled 2s and 3s.
It's a 12.
12? Okay. So both you and Morthus will take 9 points of piercing damage as shards of ice just explode into both of you. You have lacerations.
Am I not envisioning... What's above us? I'm not envisioning this right.
The cliff just kind of goes mostly
So there's
straight
an
up,
overhang
but
or
as you
something.
look towards the top, yeah, there are overhangs here and there with these just massive icicles
Shadow and Mount,
dropping.
baby.
You guys still have a ways to go.
Don't we know?
Great.
All right. I need, as you guys are walking, Morthus again. Some of these affect, I roll a d6 to see which person is Morthus again.
Is it a new day?
Morthus, as he's carrying the bodies, suddenly just kind of starts to just slip and manages to catch himself on the cliff.
God,
You guys
my
continue
boy.
going. It is a new
I'm
day.
gonna
yeah.
re-roll I'm gonna roll new divination rolls in. Because I did it.
No,
it's
it's so the 9 and the 11 you rolled
at dawn yesterday. Before I slept.
before you slept.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, sure. Give me 2 more.
Oh. A natural 20.
Okay.
And a 6.
Both very good for different reasons.
One of them slightly better than Vera's average. Oh, sorry. One of them great. The other one slightly above Vera's average. Screw
I take offense.
I think there's things I'm limited to.
Good. So he does not slip. Eventually, you guys come to a part of the path that is just completely covered in ice.
Nice.
Anybody who steps on it is in danger of slipping over the edge.
Well, we gotta keep going forward, so...
Just gonna walk across it.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I was wizarding. What?
You come to a part. So there are various places where ice just runs down and then across the path and then off the cliff.
Okay.
Right, immediately to your left, as if there was water, just kind of a
Gotcha.
small stream of
Okay.
water flowing down and then over, and then it froze.
Should we
This
have-
one, you've got a good 10 feet where it's just ice across the path.
Should we perhaps use rope or something here?
I think that's a good idea.
If we
Well,
use
what are we
rope
gonna
and
hook
one
it to?
person falls, then
Or
everybody else
perhaps
falls.
take a buddy or something.
What are we gonna attach rope to, though?
There's only thing to each other.
And then if one of us falls, then the entire rest of the group
That's
falls.
what I'm saying, is not have everybody tied to one another.
We can daisy chain it.
Cormier just kind of backs up against the wall and sits down.
In order to sit down, like, your legs are hanging off.
Okay.
That was just... Nope.
It's like a roller coaster seat without a...
Haha. Nope. Can't do it.
Well, I know
at
one
this
of us
point,
can make
you
it
guys
across.
are about 70 feet above the waves.
Okay. How high... Can I get a feel of how high the whole thing is?
You've got another at least 50 feet to go.
Okay. We're over half then.
Do you want to just try it straight?
Does anybody know any spells that could melt ice?
I have a torch.
Oh, I mean, I could burn it with fire, but I don't think that's going to be very helpful.
Well, don't you have one
I mean,
of those spells you
I don't
can use
think
all the
ice
time
burns,
that's fire?
but
Yeah.
Try it. It might melt.
But it might then just turn it into water. It looks like it's running, so then if we are fighting a waterfall, that's not any better than ice, is it?
I think it's better than ice.
Not if you clear it all the way down to the stone.
But the water's coming from somewhere.
But it's not flowing, it's congealed ice. Right?
No, he described it like there was a
It's-
waterfall or something that was flowing
it's
across.
frozen ice.
But it's congealed
It's
water.
frozen ice? It's ice.
So if you
Ice
cut
is
away
congealed
through
water.
it, yeah. But if you
Oh, the congealed
cut all
is
the way down
word,
to
but
the stone, it's not going to
sure.
make everything else melt.
Probably not. If the
See what
entire
you're
thing
saying.
is... do
Okay,
you mean
let's
frozen
try it.
solid?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Sure, I can try it.
Great.
Just sit there and chuck firebolts at it for a while. Try to cut a path.
Okay. It's going to take a while. And everybody roll me another Constitution saving throw. So you are rapidly freezing to death. Vera?
10.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, I should have said before you rolled.
20
You're fine.
something?
22?
You're fine?
7.
7. Okay. Vera and Cormier, you get another level of exhaustion. Do either of you have 3?
I do.
I do.
Okay, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
You guys... Oh, I'm sorry. But you do manage to melt that path away.
Sweet.
Cool.
Let's keep going then. Okay.
You continue around. You've now gone, basically walked around about 3/4 of this island. Been off the boat for about an hour at this point.
Okay.
I don't know how we're going to get food down.
The going is very slow. Eventually, and you can see just past this obstacle where the path just crests onto the top of the cliff, but there's just a gap in the pathway that's 20 feet long. So you guys have kind of come up this path, and then it's just sheer cliff face, and there's a 20-foot gap until this path starts again.
I guess the stories are true that nobody leaves this island.
Well, how are we supposed to get over that?
I can try and shoot a rope across. I do have a
Ooh.
bow. What are we going to attach it to? Well, you hold one end, I shoot it over across. Is there anything that it could stick in?
In the stone.
There's a path, there's
You have a grappling
natural
hook.
stone outcroppings.
Do you have a grappling hook of some kind?
It's just
Oh, if I was farther along in my abilities, I would be able to just appear on the other side, but unfortunately I've not gotten that far.
You just hear plate metal grinding against the cliff face as Cormier just kind of slumps back down, feet off the edge. You
Cormier.
just see plates clinking together.
I know I'm shivering too.
He looks
Barely
so
talk.
miserable.
Cormier, didn't I see you once when you fell off the boat? Appear on the boat again?
So you're on my left.
Or I'm right I'm 2 in front of you.
So, Cormier, if you're sitting with your back to the cliff,
Yeah, but she's talking to me from the left.
no, Talia is immediately on your right, and then just on the other side of her is Vera. You guys have been walking up with the cliff on your right.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, you're talking to me from the right. Just turn and look left. I don't know if we're going to make it out of this one, Drip.
Could I move to the other side of you? if possible. Is that able?
It's going to be really difficult. I'm going to make you roll.
Never mind. I will roll at disadvantage for everything, so I'm not going to do that.
She doesn't have to roll. She just does it.
Yeah, she can move through legs.
That's what you're going to use it on?
That's a good point.
Not here.
Actually, she can just go.
Move through the space of
No,
larger
Because
creatures.
I'm
Yes.
going to burn
If-
my natural 20,
Oh, okay.
and she can
Sure,
just
if you wanna
go.
burn
No,
the
it's
nat
not
20.
worth it. It's not worth it. This is not.
So, Vera, are you going to try?
It's not. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's good. Close
Mrs.
to talk.
Mayweather, you look so cold.
Yes. I'm very cold. Here. At the moment, we currently have a 20-foot gap that is more of a
How far can we jump?
Half your, I think half your strength score.
I could have done it before I was 3 points exhausted.
Jump. I think it's just half your strength.
So I could jump 5
Half
feet.
your speed.
Oh, so you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 20 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
Well, puts you right out.
So if you've got a 20 in strength,
You could jump.
and you took
And you
10
had a
feet to run, you could make the jump. If you roll
Fortunately, I have very low strength.
that's without an ability check.
Interesting.
Talia, there's only one of us that I can recall who can teleport. And he's on the other side. What?
You just hear mumbling from the other side. Why, yes, I will take a drink, Miss Diamond Brew. Very, very kind of you.
I saw him do it. On the boat. He was swept off the boat by the water, and he teleported himself the 20 feet back up onto the deck.
Now we have the passion roll. Indeed.
If he could do that and bring a rope with him.
Oh, wouldn't that be a useful method of
Look.
using magic?
Hey, look. Think about it. We got monks, right?
So can you actually do that, Cormier?
Continues talking to somebody that's not there.
Hey, you.
Oh, great. I saved your life twice, and
He's-
now you won't
you
even talk
big
to
guy.
me.
Believe me, I would be doing the same. He's not himself.
Hold on, just a sec. Hey, you big guy. You want booze?
Continues talking to somebody at a feast.
We're by a monastery. You think they don't have booze in a monastery?
I don't think I've
More
ever
of
met a
the
monk.
issue is getting there.
Great, then get him to go across if he can teleport.
Well, I think more the issue is getting him to hear us.
Cormier.
He needs warmth.
So, a couple things at play here. Notorious alcoholic, having auditorium visual hallucinations.
Nice.
Times.
3 points of exhaustion.
All
Good
things.
combination.
So my interpretation of that is, I'm in some place that's nice and toasty.
You take my torch and use it to at least get a little warmer. You don't have your torches. I do don't have torches. I didn't dump all
I
of
think
them.
you hold
I
on to
kept
two.
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just put the burning torch in Cormier's hands. And I'm going to cup my hands around my mouth and just shout, "Hello!"
I don't want to work at the forge today.
Do that.
Looking towards wherever we were going.
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Great.
Except you get.
All right. Mrs. Mayweather, can I see your crossbow?
So, back of this line is how far away from the other edge of this?
Back of this line.
Yeah, I'm at the back
So
of the line.
you, probably about 20 feet. So you're 20 feet from the start of a 20-foot gap. So you're 40 feet away from
Okay.
the other side of the gap.
Crossbow. Thank you. Do you have any grappling hooks?
No.
Does anyone have grappling hooks?
Nope.
I've got crossbow bolts and that's it.
I mean, we could make grappling hooks at the forge tomorrow, but today's the feast.
That's a great idea. Is there anything on the other side that I could conceivably
That's what I was asking.
shoot a crossbow bolt into that would hold a rope enough for us to get across this thing with a natural 20?
You would be trying to shoot it into stone.
That isn't going to work. Not even with a natural
20. You can always try. It is not inconceivable.
Okay, well, I'll waste a natural 20 on it. And I am proficient in crossbows.
Oh, okay.
As a wizard, that's one of the things you get. So that would be my dex plus my proficiency, right?
Yep.
It's a hand crossbow, not a crossbow.
I don't think that matters.
I
think it's just crossbows.
Does matter.
In general. Hang on, let me check. Going to the
like and subscribe or follow or whatever it is you do on Twitch.
and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Well, while she's looking.
Can you do me one favor real quick, Devin?
Gosh,
Can
I'd
you
love to.
roll a Constitution saving throw?
Probably gonna fail.
Along with everybody else. As you stand and deliberate and try to figure out a way across this cliff. Is that a 2?
Light crossbows.
You're paying for the previous 11 episodes. Light crossbow, I do not think is the same as a hand crossbow.
Okay. So I can add my dex, but
So you
not
can
my
add
proficiency.
your dex, but not your proficiency.
Okay.
So 18 for my con save.
18? Okay, you just
I got a
managed to do it.
17 for my con save.
Okay, you gain another level of exhaustion.
Great.
DC is getting higher and higher.
Remind me
Vera,
of the effect of charming.
You also have another.
I know.
So
What happens if we're at 4?
your hit point maximum is halved.
Then I'm out.
No, the maximum.
Right,
Then
but she
I'm
already
out.
took damage.
Because I took damage from the
Right.
ice.
All you do is reduce the maximum.
You
Your
don't take
current
more
hit
damage.
points are not affected.
Yes, but if I have a certain amount out of my maximum, then I'm either out or I'm not.
You're not out. What's your hit point maximum?
20.
Your hit point maximum is now 10. How many hit points do you have?
11.
You have 10 hit points. Out of 10 hit points.
Yeah, it reduces your maximum, not your...
Yeah, it doesn't take away your current. It doesn't take away my current.
Remind me what the
Sorry, so it doesn't reduce your current hit points.
Yeah.
So if you get healed,
Yeah. This happened to me before and I still didn't get it.
Okay.
Whatever.
Josh, remind me what the charmed effect does.
That depends on the spell?
Like if I cast a spell and someone is charmed,
Oh, if somebody is
what is
charmed
that?
by you.
What exactly? Remind me what that does.
Oh, what are you using to do it?
Crown of Madness.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
okay. So you might want to rethink that.
No longer my best friend.
Because Crown of Madness. So while the target is charmed in this way, it must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that
guess
you
that's
mentally
true.
choose.
do it.
But
So
what does the charmed effect do?
perhaps this is the time for the party to just implode and commit suicide and start a new campaign.
I mean,
or
welcome, but
Well, we're all
or
freezing to
no,
death.
this
so
is
that
a
might
specific
happen.
charmed effect.
okay.
The specific charm effect is on each of its turns, before it moves, it makes a melee attack against somebody
Okay.
within range that you choose.
What if there's nobody within range that you choose?
He hits the stone next door.
And if it's a target you choose, then you just don't
The target
choose.
can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none are within its reach.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, no, that'll work.
Great. I'm gonna go. This is taking fucking forever. And I'm gonna cast Crown effect.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say, essentially, you
We've
have a
kidnapped
much
Cormier.
stronger than usual influence
Mm-hmm.
over the creature.
Okay.
Now, here it is. Yeah, so all the charmed effect does is the creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. You have advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature.
Okay. Great.
You could also make him attack somebody if you want.
Awesome. I will cast Crown of Madness.
Okay. Cormier, make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
So I also get advantage on charm effects.
Because he's a... Oh.
So straight roll.
So straight roll.
So it's wisdom?
Yep.
Yeah.
9. 10.
Jesus, guys.
Great. I'm gonna call back. Hey, big guy. How about you come over here and teleport across this gap for us with a rope in your hand?
Why, yes, I would love a crown of feathers and
Good.
flowers. I don't know why I went with feathers.
Can I roll
Tell him to
persuasion?
come to
Yeah,
you because
give me because he is not actually in his right mind. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, that's a 24.
Yeah. Okay, Cormir. You feel strongly compelled to take this end of rope that she gives you.
Okay.
Go over there.
How'd he get to her?
Well, she's holding out a thing to him.
Kind of like
but
reaching
he's all the
around
way at the end of the
people.
line.
Yeah,
Pass it down, pass it down. Come on.
So you're
Pass
gonna
it
have to
down.
get through everybody.
Okay,
I'll pass
I'm just gonna pass it along.
We'll pass
Oh, you pass the rope down.
Yeah, I
okay.
can pass the rope all the way down.
Okay.
Great.
A rope comes down
Teleport
and
across
you
this gap.
kind of grab the end of it.
Didn't you get charmed into doing magic?
And she really wants you to go to the other side, and you really want to do that thing that she told you to do.
Okay.
You're at the end of the line.
So, what is it you told me to do?
To take this rope and teleport with it across the gap.
Okay, pick yourself a name.
Pick yourself a name.
Pick yourself a name.
Almanya?
No, something, shall we say, slightly more elfy.
Ooh, what's my elf name?
You've got 6 seconds.
Phelan.
Alright. Wait, Phelan, how dare you? This is... Oh! I didn't realize that you felt this way, but of course we'll go off together.
Lovely.
So I'm walking through you guys to
Yeah.
teleport across.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Talia,
Mm.
give me an acrobatics check.
Nope.
You just gonna use the natural 20? Cool. Vera.
Actually, can I redact that and
No,
give it
you
to her?
know
Nope.
how you use it.
Vera,
Use it.
give me an acrobatics check and roll well, please God.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
18.
18.
thank God.
Okay. You are now within range of the end of the other end of the gap.
Who knocked out the bridge? Oh, well.
I don't know.
Just go to take a step off and despair. And
Okay.
appear at the other end. How
I'm
does
trying to
that
imagine
work?
what the rope would look like as he did this.
Pocket dimension.
No,
The
it's-
end
You
of
are
the
holding
rope.
the other
It's her
end.
I am
arm.
holding the other end of the
Good.
rope, so.
No, I know, but I'm just
Oh,
trying.
you're talking about-
If I was watching the scene where one person is holding the end of the rope and the other person is holding the other end of the rope, and that person, like,
It just whips really fast.
yeah, we'll call it like that. There is a crack like thunder in the air as I roll a strength save for the rope.
No. Think of more
I don't know
ways
what
to
else
screw
would
us
happen.
over.
How else? I don't know how this would
Misty
work.
Step doesn't make a
Misty,
big
yeah,
noise.
Misty Step is not
It's all right.
Thunderstep.
It rolled a 19. No, but the thing is, one end of the rope is stationary here, and the other end is here, and then disappears and appears here, and but there's a rope in between. So what happens? What happens is the DM rolls a strength save for the rope, and it rolls a natural 19. So Cormir is suddenly on the other end of this this gap, facing you guys, holding the other end of your rope.
Well, that's
Great.
a nice trick.
Excellent. I'm going to, nudge Morthus behind me and go, other big guy, here. And hand him the rope. Great, you can hold this while the rest of us climb over.
But then
How
how,
does
are
that
we going to
sound?
get North
All right.
across?
We'll pull him up from the other side.
Also true.
So at what point does Crown of Madness end?
Good question.
I know she lets go.
Up to
we're all
1 minute.
screwed. We got 1
yeah,
minute
but
to
don't
get
you
across.
have to you have to maintain control or something?
Yeah, so she'll have to use her action each time.
Mm.
Also, you get a wisdom save at the end of each of your turns.
I do?
Yep.
Okay. So since you didn't actually call for it, should I roll for that?
Yep.
That's 18.
Are you disadvantaged from exhaustion?
Yeah,
But
but he has
advantage.
advantage. 'cause
Oh,
he's
never
an elf.
mind.
Yeah, that's fair.
You wake up.
Okay. You wake up. You're conscious at the moment. You're miserable and cold. You're Cormir, and across this gap is Morthus holding the rope, and he goes, "All right, hold it steady," and starts pulling it taut. Okay.
All right.
Who's going across first?
I'm in front, so I might as well climb first.
Okay. Just give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Oh dear, it's athletics. I'm gonna die.
I would give you acrobatics.
Thanks.
20, not natural.
Okay, you're across.
I'd be next.
Vera, you're
after
next.
Morthus. If it's allowed to be acrobatics,
Yeah.
it's 12.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
you make it across.
Thanks.
Talia.
Can I also use acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use Arcana?
No.
9.
9. You're gonna have to lose something.
There isn't anything
You
left to lose.
you grab onto the rope.
I literally don't have anything else.
You got rid of your backpack,
Yeah.
spellbook, or components pouch.
Well, obviously I can't lose a spell book.
You carrying anything else of any significance?
Well, I'm carrying some gold.
Oh, that'll work.
Okay.
Pouch of gold will work.
Yep.
All right.
So that's what, 100?
100 gold. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as you kind of find yourself holding on to this rope, you're cold. It's upsetting. You're a lot heavier than you thought you would be. You don't really dangle from ropes very often. You're soaked with water, which at this point most of which is frozen, and so it's really hard to hold on. And you just kind of reach down and you just start undoing weights, and you drop 100 gold, and you manage to make your way across. So now it's Morthus.
So, how about we all hold the end of this?
Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah,
let's do that.
We're all gonna...
All right, so everybody's holding it, and
Yep.
Morthus
I'm gonna climb up it.
Hey, Morthus.
has a point of exhaustion, so he's got disadvantage.
But we're all helping him.
No, you're not. You're anchoring the end of the rope. You are not helping him hold on to it.
And the body goes over the
Yep. They probably
Oh,
will.
and he's got the body. Okay. He rolled a 5 and a 16.
Well, there goes the body.
Yeah.
But it's athletics. What's his athletics?
He
only needs a 10. He's got a 5.
Yeah.
Which is just a success.
Woo!
Okay.
Morthus, my baby.
He takes the rope, kind of wraps it around himself and the body, and just jumps off the edge, slams into the cliff, but you guys manage to pull him up.
I would
You
be
guys-
so mad with myself.
I really didn't want to drop Elmanya's body. Lyra's body at
Do you
this
know how
point.
fast my heart rate is going towards my body? My heart is pounding.
You guys make the last 20 feet up the path and crest over onto a large plateau, and there's just this large building in front of you. It is wonderfully made out of stone and tile. You can see images and statues all laid in it, and it goes from one side of this plateau all the way to the other. It's about 50 feet long.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Straight ahead of you is just this small door.
Great.
And right in front of it, about 10 feet in front of it, sitting cross-legged and blue, is a small humanoid figure, just sitting there, eyes closed, and apparently frozen solid. We'll go ahead and end there. That'll work.
Okay.
You didn't leave us on a literal cliffhanger?
Really close. Oh my god.
Oh, good grief.
Okay, good. That could have been bad, guys.
It was bad.
Why didn't you tie each other to each other?
Because
then if one slips, we all
and
die.
No, then one person slips and everybody else can assist.
Not if you're sliding on ice. If you're
Not
on
if
ice,
everybody is sliding at this. Anyway, sorry, we're about to argue about this. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will be back. Is next week Valentine's Day?
Yes.
And we're all good with playing next
I am.
week? Cool.
I have no one to spend Valentine's Day with. Might as well spend it with you all nerds.
Yes, there you go. We will be back next week, same time. Thank you for joining us. Have a lovely week and good night.